It's time for some hostile therapy. All right, welcome to Hostile Therapy with Big Red on Thursday, 7 o'clock. This is Big Red, and we got LT at the bottom, Lord Trent. He's getting ready. He's getting dressed, so he'll be here at any minute now. Then we got Mr. Andrew Greenfield coming on the show, return for the second time. What's going on, man?
Hey, how you doing?
Doing all right, man. Doing okay. And then we have another guest. We have Simply Bree of the He Said What Network.
Yes. Hi, good evening.
Good evening. Thanks for coming on the show.
Thank you for having me. I'm happy to be here.
Oh, no problem. And before we get into the festivities, I'm going to play a quick preview of what your show's about, the clip you sent me, and how people can reach you in case they want to come on your show.
Awesome. Thank you.
All right, here we go.
Hey, what's going on? This is your girl, Simply Bree, and not only am I a host, but I'm also the proud owner of the He Said What Network. Now, I'm sure you're not here just to find out about what I got going on. You want to see how I get down in front of the camera, don't you? Take a look. Full screen. Listen, I love frozen hot chocolate. I don't do coffee. I love frozen hot chocolate. We can definitely go on the first date and get some hot chocolate, get some drinks. We ain't even got to drink no alcohol. As a matter of fact, I don't want to drink alcohol on my first date because I want to see how you act because I don't need no excuses. I don't want to hear nothing about no, oh, I had a few drinks. I'm sorry for what I said. No, anybody else. So really just having that open discussion and that open communication with everyone that's in my circle. And then also exercising, like going to the gym. We talk about it. We definitely talk about it. We bring it to the forefront and we attack it head on by addressing where does it come from. All right. That's all I got to offer you for right now. Make sure you guys reach out to me at _simplybree_ as well as drop me an email if you'd like for me to be a guest on your podcast. info@hesaidwhatnetwork.com. I'll check you later. Bye.
All right. Good stuff there. All right. So where can we find your show on? Like, what platforms can we find your show? YouTube or iTunes or something like that? Where can we find you?
Yes. So the He Said What Network can be found on YouTube, Facebook, iHeartRadio, not SoundCloud. We don't do SoundCloud. Spotify, Pandora, basically all of your audio listening platforms. But most importantly, we like to engage. So we would prefer, if you have to, go ahead and check us out on YouTube.
Okay. And when was your show created? And what was the premise behind creating the show?
So I started off with just He Said What. And I would basically interview Black men because I was curious as a single woman, instead of assuming that I know what men are thinking, how you guys are feeling, let's get it straight from the horse's mouth. Let's interview some men. And I was surprised by a lot of the answers. So it started off with one show and then quickly grew to the point where now we have 6 shows. And the mission for the platform itself is bridging the gap in communication between men and women. We're here to help, heal, identify, acknowledge, and definitely just grow.
That's good to hear because most people or most shows, it seems like they just want to have a back and forth and not resolving any issues whatsoever. And that just, I don't want to say violence begets violence because it's not exactly violence, but arguments begets arguments, and nothing ever gets resolved if you don't ever actually have a discussion. You're just having an argument, is what it seems most people are trying to do.
Oh yeah, listen. At this point, I feel like a lot of podcasts are just looking for that viral video. Like they want that one little statement to just go viral so that they could just become millionaires overnight. And unfortunately, it's at the health of our culture. So yeah, it's important that we have these conversations.
All right, and I don't know if it's irony or coincidence. Looking at your promo, you mentioned something about on dates, going on where places you can go on dates at. We have a story that relates to that towards the end.
Oh, this
right.
Is
yeah, it's pretty much a story about first dates where you should or should not take a woman to, and people's ideas on if you should do that or not. I won't name the place yet until we get to the story, but yeah, it kind of relates to what you were saying in that promo.
Okay.
So you spoke into existence with your promo.
Here we go. Listen, asking you shall receive.
Yeah, and later on too, you have agreed to it by blood contract. We're going to do a therapy game with you.
Okay.
And just to see how you feel about certain things.
Okay.
There's no right or wrong answer. I can judge you though, but there's no right or wrong answer.
But I'm gonna be judged.
Well, you good. Whatever comes out your mouth, that's fine.
Okay. I'm still game.
All right. So we're going to go into the first story of the day. Is the Keke Palmer story that happened about a week and a half ago or so. So Keke Palmer, she went to an Usher concert. People love Usher. Usher's been around for 20 years now, 20 plus years.
Forever.
Hard to think about. How old is Usher? Is Usher damn near 50 now?
No, he shouldn't be that old. Don't do that to him.
I mean, he came out when he was 16 or 18? Well, he may not be damn near 50. I bet he's got to be like 45. Got to be.
That boy up there. I tell you.
Yeah. Because his first album came out in the late 90s?
Which is like, when you think about it, Usher came out young, but he came out grown too. Yeah. Because he was not hollering at girls his age when he came out. Just call me a Mac. Yeah. Because I got it like that. He was talking about grown ass women.
Yeah.
And he was like 15. He'd been out since he was 15. He went to Diddy's training camp at like 15 years old, goddamn. Same thing Justin Bieber had to do. Yeah, I know, right? Yeah. Hey, chill before you get Jamie Foxx.
Yeah, I ain't not saying nothing about that.
You better relax.
Yeah. Usually I had to tell you that. But yeah, he's 44, so okay, he's not damn near 50, but he's getting close.
That's damn near.
You start rounding up from the lower numbers when you get that 40s. You start rounding up.
When is his birthday? What month?
October 14th.
All right, so boom.
It's coming. Got to be
three months.
What is the
3 months? He damn near 50.
I don't know. I just know he's.
3 months. He damn near.
I can't say nothing. Shit, I'm not that far behind him, but so okay. Let's get back to what I was talking about. Yeah, Usher at a concert. Famous, does his hits and stuff. And Keke Palmer, who is famous in her own right, from movies Akilah and the Bee, and another movie she did with Ice Cube, and that movie with what was that stupid Jordan Peele movie that came out.
Nope.
Yeah, I didn't like it, but some people did. Yeah, I got what he was trying to do, but
we can say it's one of them Jordan Peele ass films,
Yeah, that's what's getting around to me. Start saying it's some Jordan ass Peele movies, but he made good movies for some people. That just ain't for me. Mm-hmm. But Keke Palmer went to the concert, and it wasn't the issue. At least that's not on the outside. What it looked like was the issue was her going to an Usher concert, because a lot of women go to artist concerts. No problem. And then in reverse, there's guys that go to Janet Jackson concerts or some other R&B artist concert. Tiana Taylor.
They're freaky too.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I think I kind of think it's something off a little bit if a guy goes to a Beyonce concert. Just a little. He can go, but you're probably not in a regular relationship. Is what I'm saying. He can do it. Yeah, that's his thing.
I don't come for you.
Beyonce has great songs.
If you want to do it, that's fine. I'm just saying, yeah, that's all I'm saying. I'm not saying that you can do what you want to do. That community can go to that concert. It's a different crowd, is what I'm saying, that goes to a Beyonce concert as a male versus a Janet Jackson concert.
Okay, wait. I got a question. So what if a guy goes to a Beyonce concert and he faints? Is that even worse?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you start like men. Men, we're not allowed to be starstruck. That's not something we can't just. Oh my god! Like we can't have that reaction when we meet people. It's got to be a real chill, contained. Oh shit! Oh, like you have to make your voice a little bit lower when you excited as a man, because as a man that shit. Like that,
look at this. That nigga dancing. Look at him, man. That man can sing.
And he might hit the soprano now?
Yeah, that Kevin Hart shit. I didn't know I was gonna see you. I said I was gonna see you, and then I saw you, and the guy must be. A man can't have that moment.
Okay. There's only one person, maybe two people, that a man can have a soprano-like excitement to meet, and that is whatever God he worships, and he meets him, and that's Michael Jackson.
What about? Well, okay.
No. Prince had enough soprano for every man in this world. So no.
Yeah, you're right. Okay.
Oh wow, that's a nice picture in the back.
Look.
Yeah, that boy in the AI art. I own people's images now.
That's why they're on strike right now in Hollywood right now. But that's another story. Cool.
I'm only using the images of dead people.
That makes it better. All right.
Right.
I'm just following the blueprint laid out by Hollywood.
Hey, it works.
This is it.
But Keke Palmer, she went to this concert with Usher. Like I said, a lot of people go to concerts. That wasn't the problem that was laid out by Darius Jackson. Darius Jackson seemed to have a problem with the outfit that Keke Palmer wore. And let me just read the tweet that he said, where he had an issue with Keke Palmer, which is, if no one doesn't know, he is the father of Keke Palmer's recently newborn son. He said, let's see, Darius.
This is the first time I've heard that man's name.
Right, most people won't, because it's her name outshines his. But he says, we live in a generation where a man of the family doesn't want the wife and mother to his kid to showcase booty cheeks to please others. And he gets told how much of a hater he is. This is my family and my representation. I have standards and morals to what I believe. And boy, when he released his tweet, all of Keke Palmer's fans got up against him, and none of his fans that don't exist came back against Keke Palmer's fans. So he was out there on the island by himself, except for there was a lot of guys that came to his defense and saying she should respect his wishes for how he would like her to dress when she goes out in public. And how that came across to a lot of the other people was that he don't own her. He can't tell her what she should wear. She's a whole mom out here. She should be able to wear whatever she wants to, and he can't say nothing about it. And if he's not married to her, if he didn't put a ring on it, he ain't got nothing to say about it. He shouldn't have nothing to say about it. And that, I guess, basically that's what I'm gonna play the video right quick so you can see also, besides the dress, what he probably had a problem with. Because I personally don't think it was just the dress. It might have played a part in it. I think it was her hugging up on Usher at the concert. But I'll let you see for yourself.
You don't know it's
Y'all put your hands together for Keke.
All right. So yeah, that's what Darius Dalton Jackson is seeming to be
I'm
upset.
gonna be honest, her booty cheeks real mid. Go ahead.
She's a mom. You can't talk about her like that.
Which even more like that's the so I can't. You can have them out because you a mom, but I can't comment on them because you a mom.
Exactly. It, right. Hurts the brain, right? Okay. So here's what we're going to do, guys. First thing we're going to do, we're going to have a 2-minute clock pop up here. The initial statements about what you thought about that. The question is basically, do you think Darius Jackson had a right to voice his opinion and be upset about how she dressed at this concert? Okay. So I'm going to pop the clock up here. LT, I'll let you go first and we'll go up from there. Andrew, then Simply Bree. Let me get the clock up here and you just give us your opinion about it. Ready to go? Here we go.
Ready? Go!
Honestly, boom, conspiracy theorist time early in. How like only 15 minutes into the show, here go conspiracy theory. This whole thing is fake and fabricated. Because this is what I already don't like about the situation. We don't have to know the intimate lives, the dating lives, the sex lives, the romantic lives of these people. We literally follow them on social media, and we don't have to do that. But for people like Keke Palmer, who aren't consistently dropping albums, you don't consistently see in movies, they are the superstar social media influencer. So they kind of have to use their lives to sell whatever song they have because now she has a fuck that nigga song where she literally gives her baby or her infant baby boy credit for giving her booty cheeks, which again, very mid, but also very weird. You're already creating an Oedipus complex just to sell a fucking record. This is some baby boy shit going on, and we could nip it in the bud. Now, this nigga Darius Jackson, I've never heard of him. I've never heard his name before, and I definitely just said his name. He has no fan base. I feel like she went and found someone that she could obviously bring out and put away whenever she needs to create these kind of conversations, these kind of viral moments. And I get it. We all don't want to think this way because it's Keke Palmer. We grew up with her. No, the fuck we didn't. We grew up watching her on TV. We grew up she is a celebrity. They are celebrities. Like their lives are literally our entertainment, to quote young Clifford Harris Jr. out of Zone 1 in Atlanta. They craft whole narratives for us to be distracted by, conditioned to thinking this is how the world is. Because the whole thing, why the fuck did y'all niggas even get pregnant without being married? Like she just popped up on Saturday Night Live and said that she was pregnant, and everyone just accepted it because oh my god, like it's baby mama culture at its worst or at its highest level because now it's infiltrating social media. We saw it with Kylie Jenner. We see it all the goddamn time. Look at Rihanna. Look at ASAP Rocky and Rihanna's relationship, or excuse me, Rihanna and ASAP Rocky. You got to put the man first.
All right. Andrew, I'll let you go next. Let me start the clock.
Are you ready? Go!
Yeah, she disrespected him going out looking like that. That's the man. He got a kid. She got a kid with him. But at the end of the day, if they in the same house together and something happened, they knocks at the door in the house. Who got to come down? He got to go down. He got to go down to protect the house. If you expect him to be at, he got to take charge. But he disrespected himself by dating somebody that was rec use only. I'm just gonna say it. Like we see her character, we see how she is online. She's recreational use only. I mean, when you think about it, some people gonna take it the wrong way, but that's just the truth. If she really had good character, she would have never went out like that. She would have never been all up on the singer. Like we had a video a few days ago where they had a singer trying to go up to a woman, and the woman sat in her man lap. She's like, I ain't want no part of that. That says a lot to her character more than just him. And then when you get mad at him, because he said what he said, but she did it publicly, and I get it. He probably shouldn't have handled it publicly, but when you go out there publicly like that, and everybody, and I know people was looking at him like, damn, your girl got her sweet potatoes out. Because they want yams, theirs was sweet potatoes. She got her little baby sweet potatoes out here like that. Like, damn, boy, that's kind of messed up. He got to say something. He got to say something. Cause I mean, I know people were hitting him up on the phone. They gonna call him like, yo, what's going on? You just gotta say something, but he can take that as a learning lesson. They broke up now, so he know to do better from now on. Maybe and get a good co-parenting situation going, but he know he got to be more mindful of who he pick out to deal with, especially who he gonna have a baby with. And that's what a lot of dudes need to be more mindful of, just who they gonna have a baby with. Like, Jesus, you want to not anything.
All right, I'm gonna still let it explode.
Yeah, he took me out with the baby sweet potatoes.
I love sweet potatoes. All right. All right, Simply Bree, I'm going to set up the clock for you. You give us your opinion on the matter.
Are you ready? Go!
So I am kind of torn in a sense because I feel like everybody's entitled to their own opinion. Darius Jackson, he had every right to feel some type of way. You can't control how somebody's going to react. So it kind of makes me wonder if they ever had a discussion about how you present yourself in public. Did this take place beforehand? And if it did, then he should probably know her view on her body, whether it's old body, new body. And if she voiced the same thing that she's voicing now, this is my body, my baby gave me this shape, and it set me free, then he should have already known not to. I mean, I wouldn't have spoken up, at least not online. Like, handle your relationship behind closed doors. When you respond online or you put an opinion out, you open up your relationship to the public. So one thing that I wonder is if this was an intimate gathering and there were no videos, would he have something to say? Would the people have something to say? No, because we wouldn't have known that it existed. So that's how I feel about it. As far as motherhood, we got to keep in mind, just because you have breast and a vagina does not make you mother material. Now, the way that some women react to motherhood, some women will step their game up and they will dress accordingly. Some women will let it all out, let it be free. So to use, motherhood as a reason to flaunt what you have, I feel like you probably had it in you all this time and you just gave you the reason. Like, okay, I'm gonna use this as my excuse, as my get out of jail free card. It was all just a hot dumpster fire to me, honestly.
Okay. All right. Sparky, welcome to the show.
Hey, how y'all doing today?
Doing good. Good to see you. Did you did you get to see what we're talking about, the subject matter?
Sound like y'all talking about Keke.
Yeah, it was. Well, I'll see if I can catch you up a little bit where we're at now.
Right.
Well, basically, if you saw the video where Keke was dancing with Usher and Darius Jackson had an issue with what she wore to the Usher concert, and people gave him a little backlash because it's saying he shouldn't be able to tell her what she should wear. He was mom shaming her because I guess as a culture, they say, where when you become a mom, where you're supposed to dress down, and he was shaming her from dressing how she wanted to dress all of a sudden, whatever. And the question, I guess, basically is, should he have a say in what she wears with them being in a relationship? Should he have a say of what she wears? This may be deemed sexually provocative.
Okay.
Okay, I'll pop the timer up here for you. Hold on, let me find it again. Where did it go? Oh, there we go. Here we go. Oh, didn't start up again. Hold on.
Yeah.
Are you ready? Go!
Now y'all already know that I don't feel like no man should be able to tell no woman what she should be able to wear. Yeah, I'm saying they are not married. I do get that he's the baby daddy, she gonna be the baby mama, whatever. They might solidify, but right now that's where it stands. But even if he was the husband, I don't feel like he should be able to tell her what to wear. But that's also why God intended us to have kids with the people that married to, so that you already know them. You've been with them from a long period of time. You already know what their style of dress is. You already know if when they go to a concert, they're gonna let their ass cheeks hang out. You already know what kind of music they make, and you already know because you've had longevity with this person. I'm saying when you with somebody for a smaller a period of time, I don't know exactly how long they've been together, but they've been together no 30 years or no shit like that. 'Cause they ain't even that old. But when you with somebody a smaller period of time, sometime until a certain thing happens, you don't know how a person gonna react to it because they ain't never been in that situation before. She ain't never been pregnant before. She ain't never been no baby mama before. She didn't know how she was gonna react, nor did he know. But he should have before he impregnated her. That's the point of it. You use that before you get pregnant to know the person and know what they're gonna do. You don't have to be out there telling somebody they should have their ass cheeks hanging out while they out in public. You know what I'm saying? Or you won't have somebody out here making songs about, their son gave him an ass, they don't need no nigga, da 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 da. It's too much. Like it's too much. Even if she doesn't do it for him, and when he came on online, of course he put everybody else in their business. But even if he doesn't do it for him, why not do it for your unborn child? Why not for your unborn child? You act like you got some damn sense. Because in 10 years, 15 years, your kid can go back and watch all these videos. Ain't nothing worse than that kid being at the school and they mama the one that's coming with the dukes on or they ass cheeks out or they homeboys trying to, oh, you see his mama and da, 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 da. The kid trying to be ready to fight everybody and all that shit. Because you out here carrying yourself in a way that's unbecoming as being somebody's mama. Like you at the point now where you about to be somebody's mama, and I ain't saying you got to be old and granny and howdy like no shit like that, but you still about to be somebody's mama, and that changes. That changes who you are. And if you don't see that as a person, then you got a whole lot of growing to do before you push that damn baby out. That's it.
Okay. All right. All right. Let me get my opinion on it then.
Are you ready? Go!
I do think you should be able to tell your mate or someone you're in a relationship how you should dress. And here's why I'll say that. Relationship, and I hate this whole thing. If you're not married, you're single, which is bullshit. Relationship is nothing but a rehearsal for what marriage will be. People are going to look at what you do in a relationship and they're going to think this is what's going to make you a good wife. It's a rehearsal. If let's just say you cheat. If you are bound to cheat in a relationship during the rehearsal stage, you're probably going to do that during the wedding stage, the marriage stage. Does it count if you're single then? Is it single then if he can cheat? Or all of a sudden, the rules thrown out then? He's not single then, now he's in a relationship. I think he should be able to say what she should wear because you're representing both. Both of you are representing each other as one. That's the same thing is going to happen in a marriage. You're representing each other. You're going to come together as one. What happens to one is supposed to happen to the other. The reputation of one person is going to affect the other person. That's what a union is. It happens at businesses. It happens at jobs. You have to wear a certain decor so you don't embarrass the business because you are part of that company. And it's the same thing to me. People want to say it or not. I think marriage is damn near like a business contract. You are representing both of each other. But whatever thing you do, whatever action you put out there, you're representing each other. If she goes out there wearing something that he feels is embarrassing him, you're embarrassing the couple. If he goes out there and he goes out there in hoochie daddy shorts, them ugly ass shorts that caught on fire last year, the hoochie daddy shorts, whatever, she probably be embarrassed from that. And she got every right to say, hey, don't go out there dressed like that. And you got all these evil eyes looking at you. If he goes out there and works at a certain job or at a strip club or whatever like that and it embarrasses her, she got every right, I think, to say, I don't want you working at that job because that's an embarrassment to me. So I want you to go find another different job. Don't wear these type of clothes out here because we're a couple. Now, if you were single and, they were separate and he was a baby daddy over here and she's a baby mama over here, yeah, I ain't got nothing to say. But I feel like you should be able to voice your opinion, maybe not control or own or whatever, because that's how people are looking at it. It's like, oh, he's telling her like he owns her. It's just a matter of respect to me.
That's because a lot of people don't have that, they don't have that respect for a relationship because more than just a relationship, these two people have come together to create a life. So no, you do not control this person, but I shouldn't have to be the person to tell you, hey, don't do that. you're a mother now, or don't do that. You're like, we can all admit there are things that you should not do when you are a parent. There are things that you should not do when you are in a relationship. And when you put those two together, it, like I said, this whole thing just feels like an orchestrated event, because I believe Keke Palmer has the ability to be with somebody in her tax bracket, to be with somebody on her level, to be with someone who is just as powerful, influential, and respectable as her. But I feel like she's purposefully got pregnant by someone that, yeah, you could kind of use as a tool for to sell this hatred of men that is currently being sold to predominantly our women. Because again, we knew nothing of their relationship. They were not a couple that we saw dating before. She literally just popped up pregnant hosting Saturday Night Live. Think about that.
Yeah, we did a
Most
show on
pregnant
that.
women don't want to do shit while they pregnant. They don't want to be on their feet. But she used the opportunity to let us know for the first time that she was pregnant on a TV show that she was hosting. It wasn't no me and my boyfriend of this X amount of time have been trying to get pregnant. It's she literally just popped up pregnant. People didn't even know who she got pregnant by. Then this dude just got pulled out of nowhere. He's her boyfriend, baby daddy, whatever the fuck. It just all, and immediately after all this shit happened, she told us to hit her up on this website so that she could talk to us on a podcast about motherhood, about like she's and all I saw was people saying, "Oh my God, look at the marketing on this," but no one is thinking about the whole thing. This is based upon the child. Like again, like you don't care that you got your ass out because, well, my son the one that gave me the ass, so he should be no. Little boys don't go to school and feel proud that they mama got the fat booty.
Right.
I'm pretty sure little girls don't go to school and feel proud that they got the good looking dad. Like nobody feels proud. Like children do not feel proud about those things. And as we all said, these are things that you actually figure out about a person in the dating process. These are things that you figure out when you're dating them for years, when you've been married for some time. But these people came together to create a kid because kids capture people's attention. Like we're literally just watching lives play out as we continue to subscribe.
I'll agree with what Simply Bree and Andrew said. Now, I don't think he should have talked about this on social media. If he should have had a conversation, should have been behind closed doors, because
If you talk about it
yeah,
behind closed doors, the world can't see it. So that's why
yeah.
you do it on social media.
You see, but that's seeking validation though for someone else's opinion. That's why I don't like it, the social media thing. And then on top of it, let's just say you can fix the situation behind closed doors now. It's kind of too late, because now you have all these people going to comment on it and say, and you got some nasty comments that's going to say stuff about Keke, and she's probably going to read them, and now she's not going to feel safe. She's not going to feel protected. That's why this should have happened behind closed doors first. He
Well,
should have
that's
said,
why she shouldn't have never went out with her ass cheeks out. You talking
yeah,
about trying to feel safe and protected, where you
I
feeling
agree.
safe and protected when you was doing left cheek, right cheek. That's why you got to think about the things that you do when you
Right.
out there and you putting that shit out on social media. She wanted to go and advertise that she had went to the Usher concert with her ass cheeks out. So that's why he felt like he needed to get back on social media and clap about the shit that she had. If she could have just went to the concert with her ass cheeks out, but didn't post it all over social media and didn't have to be all, then maybe he wouldn't have said nothing on social
Yeah.
media. But when you dating somebody of that caliber and shit, when the birth is announced on Saturday Night Live, we better get ready. The whole damn 9 months about to
Yeah.
be on social media. Everything
Oh
that
no, she
happens
was
with this
already
whole
like
thing.
8 months pregnant when she showed up to Saturday Night Live. She was like dumb
But
pregnant.
8 months. She was pregnant, but she wasn't 8 months. But I got it. I'm saying, but even with that,
I'm
they can
hyperbolizing.
clearly do shit. They can clearly do shit behind closed doors. Because by the
Yeah.
time we found out about it, they had kept that shit a secret for months. You know what I'm saying? So it can clearly be done. My other thing with it is, I think that if a dude want to say something to his chick about what she wearing, she want to say something to him about what he wearing, whatever. My thing, I guess, gets about it when everybody's talking about, well, what she should wear. When you get into opinion, what is saying what something should be? What's setting the standard? All of this is somebody's opinion. So now when you coming in and telling me what I should and I shouldn't do, now you're putting judgment on what I did do. Why don't you come in and talk to me about what you would like for me to do? This is how you would want me to present myself. That's way easier for me to take as a woman, that my dude would like for me to do this, instead of him coming to me telling me what I should do. You ain't my motherfucking daddy. You my baby's daddy, but you're not my daddy. You know what I'm saying? So some of it's in the way that you say everything. You can present to me the way that you would like for me to carry myself, but to tell me what the fuck I should do, nah, you out of pocket.
So Sparky, if he came that way and said, "I would like you to not wear this dress," and she still went out, what should be the next move for the guy, Darius?
He gonna be in his feelings. Shit, if you don't like how if I feel like I gonna wear that, and you tell me this is what you want me to wear, if I still step out in it, then I guess you got a decision to make. You know what I'm saying? But if you came to me on some, well, I would like for you to do this, and this, and then you got a valid reason or whatever. Come on, we in a relationship. We decided to go half on a baby. Like, all right, I can take what you say into consideration. But if you come at me blasting me full-fledged about what I should do and I shouldn't do, and get the fuck out of my face. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to hear nothing that you're saying, because the way you bringing it to me, you already coming in a way that I'm about to be defensive. But if we can have a conversation about it, you know what I'm saying?
They're in a relationship.
Say what?
They're in a relationship.
I really don't believe it. Like, I really don't believe they're in a fucking relationship, because again, this is literally like trying to sell ain't shit. Like this is like trying to sell trauma to people, because people don't like seeing a happy relationship. Again, like just like Sparky T said, these motherfuckers seem like they've been dating behind closed doors. All of this drama could have been handled behind closed doors. Because what is he supposed to do? Go to social media and tag her and ask her to wear something different? He wasn't at the house when she got dressed. Like, that's what I'm saying. What's the nature of this relationship? But when I start asking that question, I'm like, hold the fuck up. This don't affect me none, other than
I don't know.
This is their relationship, but they're shoved. Like, I always thought that when Kanye West and Kim Kardashian would be arguing on Twitter, y'all motherfuckers live in the same house. Why am I watching y'all argue on Twitter?
Go upstairs.
Because I'm watching it. Because someone is watching
for validation,
Millions
though. For validation.
Right.
That's why I don't like the social media
This is
stuff.
the whole business.
You know what, though? The one thing that I don't like about situations like this is it could have been a he and her situation, but then when you have the outside pouring in and then they start generalizing, well, men shouldn't do this, women should. Then you're like, wait a minute now.
Or division. Because it's literally just it's giving social media those same questions we ask each other every week. Should a man do this? Should a woman do that? Yo, if you ain't a man or a woman enough to know what you should and should not do, if you have to literally watch celebrities play out their lives, it's like we're kids watching.
We playing house.
We're still watching celebrities like they're Sesame Street or something, teaching us how to be people.
Yeah, but this is the only thing I had to say. Well, other part I'm gonna have to say. I don't like you wearing this. That seems passive to me.
It should.
Like, well,
it's like you should.
You don't like it, so you're saying there's an alternative. You mean I have two choices? I can wear this or I can wear this, because you're not coming strong with it. If he comes straight with it and say, no, I don't like you wearing this, to me it's better. Now, you don't have to do it, but I think he should be stern with it, with what he doesn't like. I don't like this. Well, I don't really like you wearing this, but like, oh, well,
we don't have to be in that tone, but even think about you saying, well, he should be stern. He's still not her daddy. We're not setting a discipline mode. You're not talking to your child and you're going to take a stern tone with your kid. It's not your kid. You know what I'm saying? I understand saying something with, with a little a little something behind your voice, a little bass behind your voice, but to come to her in a stern manner and all this, you're not the head of the household. Y'all not living you're not her head, you're not her covering like that. Y'all kind of in a situation.
He's literally the bad guy. It's almost like he's paid to be the
hero because he's not married or finance. I'm not sure. What are you saying? Why is he not the head?
What am I saying?
Yeah,
they don't live. Hold on. If me and you don't live, wait a minute. If me and you don't live in the same house, how can you be the head of my house? First of all, you don't live in my house. You ain't the head of shit because you don't even live here. So you clearly ain't the head of the motherfucker you live.
I didn't even know if they didn't live together.
So, that's well, I don't know if they do or they don't. But my thing of it, clearly, the way that she's carrying it, it doesn't appear.
It's like an Oprah Stedman kind
of head of the house. I was thinking, like a Stedman. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it doesn't. He doesn't appear to be the head of the house in the way they're carrying it. I mean, because shit, if it was really like that, and they were really carrying it like a husband and wife situation, and I understand that this is a dress rehearsal or whatever, she never would have went out the house. She never would have went out the house with her ass cheeks out. Period. She wouldn't
they,
have. I'm saying
But
it
she
would
did
Did it
have
to
been
who
one of
she
those. You
knew
know
she
what? I'm
could
gonna
do it to.
respect my. Yeah, I'm gonna respect my dude. You know, I might have wore this when I went out with my girlfriends. Da 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 da. But damn, I got a dude now. I got baby fat hanging out in the front, and I get all of that trying to be hot mama, sexy mama, all that. But we still do that shit within reason. At some point, you gotta have respect for your damn self. And some of that stuff that they be doing, some of the shit these chicks be wearing, they don't have respect for themselves. Nevertheless, have respect for a dude. Because you gotta respect yourself before you respect somebody else, and they ain't
Right.
respecting them.
Well,
So
I
let me
don't
I
ask
think
can't
you
there's
expect nothing more for you to do nothing more for me than you willing to do for yourself. If you ain't willing
right.
to respect yourself, how the hell am I expect you to respect me?
well,
Their
let-
relationship didn't have any respect in it, and that's
to
evident
begin with.
because if
Yeah,
it did, she wouldn't have came out with this whole song talk about Effa in,
I
get
saw
this
that.
bag. Like,
That's weird. Like your
huh?
son is going to grow up to be an N.
Yeah, yeah. Like
Like
you don't need them. And it's like, what are you trying to tell your man in front of everybody else? Because if she felt some type of way, if she was remorseful or anything, she would have tried to make things right with him behind closed doors, and that would have been the end of it. But instead, she turned it up even more. So
in
now
front of
you are
us.
in this relationship with a woman who clearly does not respect you. What are you going to do? What are
I
you gonna
think the
do
checks are
when she
just
goes to
clearing for
another
him.
event?
I think he got a consistent Xbox Live subscription. I think she paid for all his PlayStation points. I think he literally, I feel like on some real shit, you know how we talk about like when you see a random supermodel or random attractive woman on the arm of a stripper fucking
Yeah,
around with a rapper trying to get chose and shit. There are men out there like that are just trying to get, hey, look, I'll give you my seed. Just let me live in the crib. You
yeah.
know what I'm saying? Let me roam through what's the Wi-Fi password? Okay, I'm good. Like, because again, she chose a man that she could literally have a power dynamic over. She
Right.
could be a Oprah to the Stedman. She could be a Rihanna to the ASAP Rocky. And even more so because this man has no career of his own. He has no platform of his own. So he is literally like like if you watch wrestling, he's the bad guy character. He's the person that comes out and you're supposed to boo at this guy because you like seeing him get his ass beat by Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Mm-hmm.
Keke Palmer is Stone Cold Steve Austin right now. And she's pandering to the culture of, she's pandering to what a majority of people are, lonely and bitter.
Let me ask you guys this question right quick then. Do you think it matters how you present yourself in a relationship? No kid, with a kid, marriage. Does
yeah,
it change?
yeah.
All around. Because why are you with a person if you're not going to go out and if like just say you're going out for dinner, if you put on something respectable and they put on something less than respectable for a guy, that could be just a dirty ass t-shirt with the collar all stretched out or some shit. For a woman, it could be you're not having your hair done or something. It could literally be things as minor as that. You think about your image, and we're all superficial to a certain degree. We're all image obsessed to a certain degree because again, if you don't respect yourself, you can't respect others. So a part of that is respecting your image, respecting how you come off to others, respecting your presence in a place. And whoever partners with you is a reflection of that. If you partner with someone, if you're a skinny person and you're dating someone who is morbidly obese, you don't care about yourself or them because you know that their lifestyle is unhealthy. And you could we know that there are certain things that we should not do in a relationship when we have children, but because we're so image obsessed, because we're so obsessed with how we look to other people, that supersedes how we look to the person that we're actually in this relationship with, how we look to our children. We think because we think we own our children. Just like we're telling this man he doesn't own Keke Palmer. Keke Palmer probably feels like, well, my son is going to be proud that he's got a bad bitch for a mom because that's my son. It's like,
Mm-hmm.
but ma'am, you don't own that. And that's a rhetoric that a lot of
No
women
mother
have.
should be a
That
bad
my
bitch.
son, my child will be proud of whatever I do because I did it for them. But you're only thinking about you. You're not thinking about the ripple effect of who this affects.
That's a trigger word right there. If I ever hear any woman that I'm with say she a bad bitch, I don't want to be with her.
Mm.
That's
Those
a
are two
red
I
negative
flag.
don't want no
words.
bad bitch.
Both of those words are negative, bad and bitch.
So, in doing some research, right, I was curious
Don't
as
two
to
negatives make a positive?
who her exes were, right?
Now just adding.
And so she dated this one person. So apparently she had this thing where she kept all of her relationships private. And this is the first relationship that I think that she actually has come out public about. And so on this website, it has a quote from her that she had told this magazine. And it says, she said, it's not a love life if I share you. If it's not a love life if I share you because it's public. I don't quite understand it, but I'm assuming she's saying if she talks about the relationship, then is it love? Is there real love there?
What does that even mean, Kobe Bryant?
Right. Why now would you come out in public with this relationship, but all of the others you didn't?
Because exactly the things that we're seeing is anything that we see from celebrities is exactly what they want us to see. Even when we think it got leaked, even when we think it was by accident, these people are in the business of orchestrating narratives to make them look however they need to look in order to sell whatever they want to sell. And sometimes you can't sell things on your own. You have to attach yourself to what's currently popping.
Right.
Like that's why you see that constant trend in music or in movies. Like that every movie studio wants a superhero movie because that's what's currently selling. Every rap label wants a trap rapper because that's what's currently hot right now. Or they want a female rapper, an oversexed up female rapper. You kind of see the trend that we're heading in. So like where I look at it is like this is a detrimental thing that Keke Palmer, because knowing her fan base, it's young women. So even though you're saying this to your man, and yeah, we could talk about this grown man's feelings. We know that she has a baby. We don't know that baby yet, but we do know the immediate people that this affects is her fans, her young female fans that are going to say, shit, I don't need a nigga. I could still be a bad
baby
bitch
could
and
give
a
me
mom.
yeah.
But then
On
the
my
real question,
own. And it's like it's not, you didn't create the child on your own. So it's not meant to do. You can do it on your own. You could
A lot of them think they do.
You can paddle a boat with one paddle, but you might want two. You know what I'm
saying?
Andrew, what would you about to say something, man?
No, I was like, the career question is she brought the man out of public because let's think about it. She's a celebrity, been a celebrity for this many years. How come she had never locked down a celebrity at her level? Did she lack the ability to lock someone down at her level or above?
It was flings.
So it looks like she just got with this man because she needed a better beta male. Like that's the whole thing. Like sometimes now she can't get nobody like that because she knows the type of men that she's attracted to are the ones that had quality.
Not going to listen to that.
That would be out here cheating or whatever.
Yeah.
That wouldn't allow her to do that. So she needed a beta male. And I think that's sometimes the message like a woman like her put out there is like, yeah, go get you a better beta male because I can come out there with my sweet potatoes all the time.
Sweet potatoes.
And all you got to do is weaponize social media against them. Can y'all believe that my man telling me I can't do this? Like, again, that is a self-obsessed thing to do, to weaponize social media against your significant other. Just because you feel like you should be able to do something, then break up with them behind closed doors and do it.
Listen. And then she hit him with that line, look at me, I just had a baby. Don't my body look good for a new mother?
Which is weird to say. It's like, I just had a baby. Don't I look good? Like, ma'am, go sit down and rest. Like,
where are you seeking the validation from? Is the thing.
It's the societal snapback. It's if a woman can have a baby and look like she just got out the gym a week or two later, oh, she's killing it. Is it like you said? It's the validation.
Let me ask you all this. Let me ask you this: how is this any different? Because there's women that get, and if you do, then that's fine. But how is it any different, dude? That women that get mad at guys that like other women's social media page for their picture. If you put your picture out there and say, "Hey, don't I look good? How do I look in this?" Or even just posting pictures of yourself. How is that any bad? Because you're seeking validation from somebody else. The guy is giving validation or giving his looks or whatever, lust, whatever you want to call it, to somebody else. But how is that any better?
Because the guy's giving validation at the end of the day. He can't holler at that chick. He can't holler at that chick he shot a like to. If I shoot a like to somebody like that, I ain't gonna be like, yo, what up with them cheeks later on? It's not gonna happen. When she get up here and show her picture, they're gonna be hundreds of dudes in them DMs like, yo, what up with it?
That is a different dynamic for that, yes.
I mean, I feel like you just have to care. Like if you care about what people think, then yeah, you're gonna do the most. You're gonna thirst trap until you can't thirst trap no more. But if you don't care, then you just throwing the picture up and you going about your day. It's sad because now the society that we live in is almost like you have to care. You have to be at the top of the timeline or the top of the feed, or else you feel like you're not attractive, you're not smart, you're not a good catch. I mean, people are just, I don't know, people are weird.
Because we got to look at it like this. This is only happening because there is a power dynamic.
Mhm.
Offset don't get upset. Offset don't get upset when Cardi B shows up to award ceremonies half fucking naked because he knows that's her job. He knows she was a stripper.
That's what
Like he knows
sells.
this is where she's coming
That's the
from.
brand.
That is the
That's the
brand.
brand.
That's what lets me know this
Yeah.
relationship was literally just for us to see. Because
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say Keke Palmer, like she don't be out here with her ass cheeks out all the time. But
Nope.
again, how do
This
you
is a
not
far
know
stretch
what
from
we're doing?
this is a far stretch from Akila and the Bee.
But
And that
but
was
at the
her
end of the
brand. Her
Yeah.
brand was like Akila and the Bee, but how she came out with this is like totally different as opposed to Cardi. Cardi was a stripper. That was her brand. We all knew that's who Cardi was. Cardi doing what Cardi do.
Yeah.
You know,
But see, and
Keke
we saw
painted herself
Offset
as
and Cardi
somebody
date
so
for a minute.
different. Yeah, that's true. That's
We
true.
saw them date, we saw them get
Yeah.
married, then we saw them have kids. The timeline on this is all jacked up because it literally just seems like it was all conducted for PR. Because
Right.
every part, like again, they had a whole relationship behind closed doors. She shows up pregnant, and now we're just seeing everything about their relationship all over our timeline. Now the door is open. Why?
With this story, okay, with the dress, what do you guys feel about how she interacted with Usher
It's
and
Usher.
giving these goo goo gaga eyes
You
and
act like a
stuff,
fan.
bending over in front of him and stuff like that? How do you feel like that? You know, if the roles
That's a
were
no-no.
reversed, would you be cool with that?
She was
She
out of
wouldn't have
line with
been
that.
there if
Am
she
I?
didn't want to do that.
Hmm.
She wouldn't have been there. She wouldn't have been front row. She wouldn't have been all the way down there. Beyonce. I know Beyonce is not super attracted to Jay-Z. Let's just go ahead and say that. And I know she probably want to put it on some of these young R&B niggas. But Beyonce don't be front row at these award shows when Jacquees is up here with his sweatiness all in the face.
Though, come on, man, Jacquees though. You couldn't
I mean,
say
because
somebody
Chris
else.
Brown don't do award shows no more. He like the young
Not because he
MJ.
don't want to though, because they don't want to do it.
Well, I get she not out here pumping it up for Omarion. Like she has no moisture when Genuine is on stage doing it.
Or Tank when he sang that song, what is it? When We.
Boom,
Oh.
that's more age appropriate.
Oh.
You don't see Beyonce at Tank or no one's going to a Tyrese concert anymore. When you don't see Beyonce at Tank concerts, like busting it the fuck open. You don't see that because she has a respect for her relationship. She has a respect for the image of her family more so than anything because her brand is now that of a mother. Her brand is now that of a wife.
She don't
Her
gotta
brand.
be at nobody else's concert busting it open. She be on stage at her own shit,
Yeah,
busting
she
it open
is the
whenever the hell
concert.
she up there. Like
She is the
everybody has
concert.
already seen what she has. Everybody's already seen her ass cheeks. Everybody's already seen all of that. It ain't like Beyonce leaving nothing to be desired. She ain't gotta go to nobody else's concert to wear her ass cheeks out. She do it every time she get on stage.
Plus, Hov a billionaire, so if she leave, he gonna have a whole line of women coming at them because you're like, yo, he a billionaire. You know, M's here, it's just only B's. We got to
Because she stands to lose something if that relationship feels they both do. Like they both benefit from each other. You know what I'm saying? Like we were saying, or like Big Red said, a marriage is a business contract. Like they brought Rockefeller and Destiny's Child together and gave us a Blue Ivy. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it is a merging of those two worlds, and you become even bigger than you are separately. Unless you pair with someone who is a Keke Palmer really pulled a Kevin Federline, or she pulled a Britney Spears by getting pregnant by Kevin Federline. But at least Kevin Federline was a fucking dancer.
Well, I said Kevin Federline, he won on that one, I think.
Yeah, he won because he got child support at some point.
Hell yeah, he won because he leveled up. Don't forget, before he got them had the baby by Britney, he had the baby by the black chick off of Moesha Star Jackson. And he went from her to Britney. That was that first baby mama, and then he leveled up to Britney Spears to the next baby mama. So at least he was going vertical shit.
There are men out here literally trying to get a famous woman pregnant and live off of them checks.
Yeah, they trying to solidify their situation. Yeah.
I'm in the wrong business. I need to go find me somebody to get pregnant out here.
Yeah,
But the thing I think it is, women are a lot better at that. Like men get women pregnant by accident. If a woman wants to get pregnant, she calculated that. Like I don't think Keke Palmer is simple or has a common level IQ by any stretch of the word. I think that she is a very business savvy woman. I think that industry teaches you to be that. So I just like with every other female celebrity that announces her pregnancy, along with whatever line, like when Rihanna announced her pregnancy, there was some mommy and me Fenty wear. You know what I'm saying? There was some pregnancy negligee to go with that shit. Everything is calculated and orchestrated to come out when I needed to come out. This shit, you know how long it take to make a damn song about the exact same shit that happened the night before, just so you can have it as a viral TikTok the next day? That means it was already in the cut. That means you pulling everything. That means she pulled a Who Shot You. The song just dropped after Tupac got shot, but Biggie's saying that, nah, we recorded that like 6 months ago. So that's what Keke Palmer
did. Hold on now, he did. Don't be talking about Big. No, so I'm just playing.
Allegedly. I'm not trying to incriminate Big. I'm incriminating Puff.
You can't incriminate him no more. He dead.
R.I.P. Chris. I know Puff did it. Go ahead.
Oh my gosh.
But yeah, I just one more thing I'm gonna say about it though is I think both of them are wrong for putting all this stuff on social media. Darius, he did his one little tweet and stopped. It seems like Keke is putting these subliminal messages out here. She's still putting tweets out here left and right. Then she put some mom, I'm a whole mom gear out here right after the incident, which further, I would think, would divide them. I think they're still together. I haven't heard them say anything otherwise, but you know, they may not be.
Is AI. I bet you he's not even real.
He might not be.
AI person, yo.
The whole putting things on social media thing for any relationship, whether you're famous or not, is stupid. Or putting on Facebook or whatever and talking about, Brandon done messed up again. I wonder if I should leave him now.
It's publicity. It literally gets people talking. As long as people are typing in your name.
To me, that's just somebody preaching to the choir. You know they're going to agree with you. You're just looking for somebody to back you up. They're the choir. And they're seeking validation from them. You're seeking validation for the wrong person. Like I always said, if you're going to talk with somebody, you need to talk with that person first before you go talk to anybody. And I mean that from family members, you talk to the person you got a problem with first. Yep. In any situation, not just marriage. If you got a problem with somebody, go talk to that person first. Don't go talking to everybody else, because you should give you what your opinion is about the situation and then get their opinion. If you allow someone else to influence you, I think that's weak.
Yeah.
Now, if you talk to that person and they don't hear you, they don't listen to you, whatever, then okay, by all means, go get advice from someone else. But I think that's first and foremost in any situation, and especially a relationship. You should talk to that person first and talk about what's the problem.
Mm-hmm.
All I know is I need a photographer.
I'm done.
Take some herbs. I'm trying
to
get
a PR person.
I'm gonna be up there like Stedman smiling, because I'll be like, she buy all my weapons on Call of Duty.
You know what Stedman does for a career?
What?
He's a he's well, that too, but he's a motivational speaker. And I'm like, what do you need? What are you going to do? Come to a college and say, you motivate people. Hey, if you can find a black woman who's a billionaire, you can be just like me. That's $150,000. Pay me, I'm out.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's a hell of a motivational speech. Where are you going to find that at?
Who's hiring him?
I'd love to have his job. Shoot. I'll be the beta male for a few $1 billion. That's the other B. Make me the beta billionaire.
The beta billionaire.
Yeah.
For real.
Come on with a clothing line.
Yeah. That's catchy. I'm telling you. That'll work. All right. We'll leave that one. And now we're going to go. And Simply Bree, she talked to me a little bit before the show. And she said she was really, really stressed out. And she needed to have some therapy done to her on the show. And I said, well, we might have a little bit of time to do that during the show. I don't know if anybody else would mind. Sparky would mind, Andrew, and LT. I don't know if y'all would mind, but we're going to do a little therapy session with her before we move on to the next subject. Y'all cool with that?
Cool.
She turned around. Cool.
I had to get Sparky last week. I helped her out.
Yeah, I had to get me some therapy last week. It was good for me too. I had a good week.
She felt.
I did my Tai Chi every day. I'm drinking my water. That therapy helped me out.
All right, so this next is the segment we're going to do. We're going to show random words or images, and Simply Bree is just going to tell us within 30-second time frame how it makes her feel. There's no right or wrong answers. I told her there's no right or wrong answers. I may judge you, but it's still not right or wrong answer. Okay, so I'm going to show you your first either word or image, and you can give how many answers you want to give. You just tell us how it makes you feel. Okay, let me make sure I got. Okay, here's your first one coming up here.
Ooh, shit. Monday come up.
Okay, let me pop the timer. I'll pop the timer up here. Hold on. Let me pop that up here right quick. And here we go.
Fridays come to mind when I see Monday. Because I say to myself, damn it, I got 4 more days until the weekend. Mondays are beautiful days. Depending on what all I got going on. I don't mind a good Monday. Especially if it's a holiday. That means that I have that day off. If you haven't picked up already on it, I like days off. I like weekends. I like vacations. So Mondays remind me of Fridays.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Let's pop up your next image. Let's see what we got. Here we go. And you tell us how this image makes you feel.
I feel bad for him. I feel like he has a lot of mental issues that have gone unaddressed. And because they've gone unaddressed, we as Black culture have been put under microscopes. I feel like he definitely needs help. He needs a really, really big hug, maybe a home-cooked meal from somebody's grandmother, but he needs some real love. He's hurting himself. I feel bad for him.
Real love. He's searching for the real love.
Right.
Someone to take his heart. All right.
Kanye.
All right. Let's see. Next one. Let's see what we got. How does this one make you feel? Okay. Just tell me how seeing this makes you feel.
Oh, I feel sad. Like the end makes me feel like, everything's coming to a conclusion, wrapping up. There goes the fun. Yeah, just, I don't know. I don't really like the end. I'm not a fan of the end. That's all I got. I don't like the end. That's not a good one. You shouldn't have did that one. I don't like that.
Oh, just whatever.
I don't like it. I just told you I don't like it. Pineapples, I don't like it.
Pineapple. All right. Get rid of that one. That ended. Pineapples.
Yes.
Okay. All right. She doesn't like the end.
Okay. No, I don't.
Let's see what else we got. All right. Here's the next one.
The hell? Okay, so I know that's a character from an old school cartoon. I'm trying to remember what cartoon it was. But that reminds me of my childhood and just, waking up Saturday mornings, watching nothing but cartoons, not worrying about no bills, not worrying about nothing, just being carefree. And the many messages that we've missed and that was intertwined in a lot of these cartoons. It reminds me of Nickelodeon. I don't know how, but Nickelodeon was like my favorite channel to watch. So I enjoyed that. That was a good one.
Okay. We got one more for you.
Oh, shit.
Okay. See how this one makes you feel. Let's see. Let's see.
Oh, you looking too.
Nah. Just trying to find the image. Let's see.
Oh, I love puppies. Okay, start the clock. I love puppies. Now my homegirl who might be watching, she might think otherwise because of how I show my admiration for puppies, but I absolutely love them. I love them at smaller stages, even though they're very messy and they whine too much and they're very clingy. I don't like clinginess. But puppies are adorable, especially if they're a big dog. They grow into a guardian for you. So I love dog spirit, but puppies, oh my God, I love puppies. Yes.
Hey, so how do you show your admiration for dogs or puppies?
Well, I discipline them. So I
Give
talk
them
to
to
them like
Cruella
they're
Deville?
huh?
You give them to Cruella Deville?
No, but I have like a low tolerance with training. Like, if you're not getting it by like the 6th or 7th time, I got to give you away. Like,
Wow.
you're not going to get it. And I don't have the patience and the tolerance. Maybe somebody else can teach you. I can't teach you.
Where is the love,
Is
the,
that
the, the admiration? I'm trying to hear it. You guys to go.
That's how I show. Because I know I am able to recognize when I am not the fit owner for said puppy.
Yeah.
Let me give you away to someone else who could show you the love. That's how I show my love to them. But I have one.
Only
She's in
to
her cage.
puppies or to everything in your
I
life?
was about to say that too, right? Look, man, you ain't getting it. You supposed to be home at 8 o'clock.
She said 6 to 7 times. I'm giving your ass away to somebody that can love you better. That's why I said, is that only with the puppies?
You gonna show up at a neighbor's house. Look, do you want my man? Because he done got it wrong the 6 and 7
It ain't clicking. Maybe you're a better fit.
I'm like, ma'am, I'm already married, but I'll take another guy. He can do the job.
Well, he can't stay here, so.
She said you ain't gotta go home.
From over here. Yeah.
You're not listening.
That is subliminal for anybody that's around her.
Don't
you got
you
6 to
start
7
that rumor.
times.
6 to 7 times. At least she gave him double 3 strikes you're out. Shit, she gave him 6 times. That's pretty damn good.
I mean,
that's a lot of tries.
After a certain amount of times, come on now. Now I feel like you trying to play me for a fool. So.
Well, you know what? That is love. Because you know where you don't give that many times to? A restaurant. Shit. You don't give a restaurant 6 or 7 times to get nothing right. You got to get it right the first time. Or maybe twice. Maybe.
Yeah, you're not moving past
people
twice.
been giving McDonald's way more than 6 to 7 times. In a lifetime, people probably had their food screwed up at McDonald's more than 6 or 7 times. And people still going back to that shit like it tastes like, filet mignon.
Listen, McDonald's and myself had a relationship to the point I would go to this one particular McDonald's. They would never get my order right. It got to the point where I was just like, do I need to just give you the money and let you give me whatever you want to give me? Like this, but I just kept going. I kept going.
That shows you the value the person the love you have and the value you have for a person if you give them 6 or 7 times. If you give McDonald's 6 or 7 times, then you must really love their fries. They ain't the 90s fries, but
no.
Like Sparky said,
ain't
people
nobody got the 90s fries though.
No, they don't. They don't.
Like Wendy's used to have the best fucking
They do. They did.
Back in the day, Wendy's used to have the best French fries. Now they with that natural cut shit. That shit ain't
cardboard with salt.
Go back to what you had. Y'all messed it up. They French fries used to even be better than McDonald's, but people used to be sleeping on it.
That's the baby.
Wendy's used to be the damn Chick-fil-A of our era.
Chick-fil-A
came out. Hell yeah. Let me tell you why I say that.
Go ahead.
Chick-fil-A came out. Wendy's is the motherfucking fast food that was expensive as hell. If your parents were taking you to Wendy's back in the day, you was going to get Frosties and them good ass fries. They was giving you upscale fast food. That's why I say they was the Chick-fil-A of our time. That shit was high, and they shit was better. It was a cut above. Now they French fries is trash.
Yeah.
They fell off.
All right, guys. That was a good therapy session.
I feel better. Thank you.
Well, you're going to need it for the next story we're going to talk about.
You set me up for the okie doke.
So, Carly Russell.
Oh,
Drink my water.
Man, God. Carly Russell, 25-year-old Black African American woman who I really wanted to feel sorry for. Allegedly, it seems that her kidnapping or abduction may have been a hoax. We may have another Jussie Smollett on our hands.
Oh, yeah.
Given by the evidence that has come out lately, with the news conference I heard the other day, man, it didn't smell right the first day I heard about it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, when I heard that there was a baby out in the middle of a busy highway. The baby was used to lure her to some abductors. I'm like, well, that is a very that's a deep scheme. That's a deep plan.
that sounds exactly how you catch a woman. Like you put almost like you know how you take a box and you put some money, a box in a
You
string,
slide the box,
and there was a baby underneath the box, and it was an AI baby.
Yeah, but you know what, man, and it created anxiety for me, you know, because now I was like, everywhere I went and I saw a baby, I'd kick the baby because I was like, are you setting me up to be like sex trafficked or something?
No, I kicked the baby.
Yeah, because I mean, you can't trust adults no more, so I figured now I got to kick babies out. Because there was a couple
said
babies
about that baby in the hood
and had their arms up, want me to pick them up, and I kicked it because I was like, "Nah, you ain't coming to me and get me sex trafficked. I don't care if I am a big man. You ain't getting me sex trafficked.
I'm done.
I don't trust babies no more."
Life.
No, we was going to
no, that reminds me of that episode of was it Blackish with Anthony Anderson? They married Lawrence Fishburne on there and the little white girl in the elevator, and they're talking about, you see that girl? Yeah, I avoided it. That was a trap. That was a trap. His wife was like, "Why you didn't help the baby out?" He was like, that was a trap. And then Lawrence Fishburne told him, "I'm proud of you, son."
You can't trust babies no more, man.
I'm done.
You can't. They don't learn from the ways of babies kids.
White women.
If it's a white baby, yes.
No, I ain't trusting no babies. I don't care if they're Asian,
all babies,
Mexican, white, or black. I trust no babies no more. After I heard this story, I was like, "You're not getting me caught up." I like, and it's the perfect crime because babies can't go to prison.
You got to say
they can do whatever they want.
I'm done.
My baby.
You know, you're chilling in the park, you see a baby, you gotta run. It's a trap.
That's why I do.
That baby might have charges. That baby might have priors. You don't know that baby.
Yeah.
That baby could be from the wrong side of the tracks, and you just out here, like, come on.
You know what?
Who just left their baby on the highway? Also, that like someone probably tried to get rid of this baby. What if it's the Antichrist? You never stop to think about it. You know?
Baby was out here, and they said nobody called 911 besides her.
Right.
They said there was a baby in a diaper out there, you know, and I'm thinking about the baby from Bebe's Kids. There's no video footage of the baby out here. I was like, well, maybe, but, you know, there's still a chance. Maybe the cameras just missed it or something. Who knows? She said that they looked up her internet searches, and I'm like, I still give it the benefit of the doubt, but they said she looked up how old you have to be to set up an Amber Alert search, search for someone missing. She said she does not recall being sexually assaulted by her captors. He got abducted by somebody in an 18-wheeler. She escaped. Then she got abducted by somebody in a car. And then it was somebody.
She got away from the people. She said it was a man and a woman a man who abducted her. She got blindfolded, not tied up, not hands tied or anything, just blindfolded. And then she heard a woman's voice along with him. She got put in the 18-wheeler. Then she somehow got away. And they caught up to her and kidnapped her again. At that point, I would have tied you the fuck up or roughed you up a little bit. Just to
But then these some very gracious abductors because they also fed her Cheez-Its and they did her nails.
Yeah.
Hold up. I'm still thinking about how this man and woman blindfold you, didn't tie you up. It sounds like some weird 80s porno.
It's like it's
like you just waiting for them, like, yeah, we're gonna tie you up, baby. Come on.
Andrew, and speaking of entertainment, they looked up her searches, and she made a tweet where she said, "Gotta go see Taken 2, an awesome movie," which is about abduction.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
She
it's
did
about
a search about how to steal money from a cash register without getting caught. Now, and the only thing I'm gonna push back on, because you don't want to look at my internet searches, because at 3 a.m. I could be looking up how to make up corks on a wine bottle or something, because my mind just does crazy stuff. That's why I'm up
definitely
all the
looking up
time.
Free
I look
Palestine.
up weird stuff all the time. But when you have weird stuff and the actions that you looked up happen like the next couple days, that's what gives you pause of like, okay, something don't seem right.
So I'm still trying to figure out, why did she go to the police department a couple of days beforehand?
Because
Just
she
letting you hear
wanted
about
to be a hero. Like, honestly, I look at it like this: no one was gonna care if she just went missing, because she knows millions and millions. Yeah, I feel like it's millions, probably. I might be stretching it, but millions of black women go missing all the damn time.
Mm-hmm.
But even more than the millions that go missing, somehow they don't get found, or only their remains get found.
Mhm.
I feel like she called and fabricated that story, because at least if she went missing, the last thing she did was a heroic act, like trying to rescue a baby. So now people are motivated to go find this young
Gotcha.
black woman who was out here trying to rescue a baby. Did his face? We're not even looking for the baby no more. I just want to point that out.
The baby.
That's the
Nobody
key.
reported the baby missing, and why didn't the baby walk into traffic? It's the baby.
That's what I'm saying. Like, either someone was trying to get rid of their baby, or
The
this
baby
baby
unhooked
was a
himself from the
computer
car.
generated image.
Yeah.
The baby just did things on his own. Baby had a mom of his own. He's old enough to know better.
And also in the 911 call, it wasn't even a baby. She said that, or when she was
Yeah, 4 years.
describing the toddler, she
Yeah.
said multiple times that they looked like they were 3 or 4 years old.
Yeah.
That ain't no baby. When I was 3 and 4, I could speak, I could count to 10, and I could dress myself, and I could go to the bathroom by myself. I was
I can't
very
do that.
adamant. And when I was 3 and 4, I was very adamant. I'm not a baby. I am a big boy now.
Just like the commercial, right? Pull
You're
ups.
damn right. It was my favorite. So one, she wasn't even after a baby. She was, and again, this is how she said it happened. She said as she was watching the child, following the child walk up and down the highway, a white man came up out the woods and said, "You watching the baby? I am too."
Shut up.
Right there, I would have I would have never got out my car because I don't trust this baby, but I would have called the police right back. Hey, y'all, it's me again. Yeah, Carly. So there's a white dude that said he's watching the baby. I don't believe him, because why you came up out? So you've been watching this baby from the woods? The fuck?
Why was that sound like an inbred hick you were speaking with that
Right.
voice?
You heard it?
It takes place in Alabama.
Under the stairs or something.
That's true. That's true. It
It takes
wasn't
place in
Alabama.
Alabama, and again, she is a black woman trying to save a white little toddler, and then you get and then you say you got abducted by a white man. What were you do? Why was you out the car? Because the dispatcher definitely told her, stay in your vehicle. Like, you have no reason to be in. It's dark out there. Like
I got a question.
Go ahead.
Why was your watch off? Why was your wig off?
to make it look like she got abducted. To make it look like the.
But the thing
But they didn't take
is,
the watch.
wouldn't they
so-
have heard that on the phone?
They
Yeah.
they made it seem, or not they made it seem like, but according to the timeline, she called after she got off the phone with the 911 dispatcher. She then called a family member, and apparently that's when the abduction took place. Like, the phone call abruptly ended, even though they found her cell phone right next to her car, along with all of the contents of her purse. Also, she was driving a red Mercedes Benz. So no one stole your car. They
Nobody- a
so
running
they abducted
car.
you. They
Right.
left your phone. They
Left
left
your
your
phone.
purse, and they
Yep.
left your expensive vehicle.
And
But
wig.
they took your granola bars and your Cheez-Its that you
Oh,
bought
God.
at Target.
Not your granola bar.
I wonder if it
Because she was
more
out there
for
hiding in the
the-
woods. This bitch took a camping trip, yo. I'm telling, like, this bitch
You
went
ain't
out.
taking no girl's fiber, man. You can't take that away. Take my money, but don't take my fiber.
That's because nobody took it. She took it with her when she took a little hiking trip for a couple of days. This bitch literally, she got off of work on Thursday night, took a little vacation Friday and Saturday and was back home by Sunday to watch Bobby Purr on Zeus.
And walked home comfortably to her parents' house.
Popped up at the house. What's up, Ma? What's up, Uncle Phil?
Here's the question. Why? Like, I get why Jussie did it, because he did it to get more famous, get more money. Why did she do it? If this is
did we know who the hell she was before she did this shit? If we didn't know who she was before she did this shit. No. Shit, she probably got more, became more famous off of doing this than Jesse did. His ass lost a fan base. Shit, we know who she is now. Ain't nobody know who the hell she was before.
She's gonna be in the countdown come New Year's Eve. I guarantee.
She's gonna be on the Zeus show.
But what does this win you though? They're just, the people know, hey, you're the black girl that got kidnapped and got returned home.
Also young, so you got to put your mind.
She can transition from
generation, the popularity.
She's 25.
She can. That's young. She can transition. She still got a lot of time to pivot.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know about now because she was.
They're bringing up charges on this woman,
as they should.
I think she was going to be a nurse. She was AKA, and now it's a little different because when someone commits a crime when they're not famous, let's just say they did something in high school and they're in their 20s and they're trying to go get a job. The person may hire you because they like your credentials, and maybe you had your record expunged, and people don't know about it.
Right.
People are going to know who she is. Mm-hmm. They're going to look in the newspapers. Let's just say she works at Starbucks, and someone comes through the drive-thru, and they see her at the drive-thru window, and like, oh man, you're that girl who lied about being kidnapped and ruined it for other black women who actually do get kidnapped. Mm-hmm. I don't want to get your business no more. The owner's gonna be like, you can't work here because you're killing my business because people are turned off by your face now.
And you're still.
She'll go to jail, get out, have a TED talk.
But I was about to say that's if people get turned off by it. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes people seem like they so desensitized by the shit, they don't necessarily gonna be turned off by it. Some dumbasses might want to take a damn picture with her. Oh, that's the bitch that said she got kidnapped. Sure. Let me get your pic. Shit like that. That might bring business to somebody's business. Because now you got her silly ass there working the drive-through window. People just want to come and get some coffee to see her.
Yeah,
I'm
so
sure
it could help their business. I mean, I wish I hope that she didn't do it for that. The shit is, but
she left the backup.
The fact that she did the shit, period. I think she probably put a plan in play. That shit went way further than she expected it to go. Now she about to go to jail behind this shit. It probably seemed like a good idea at the time. She ain't think that shit all the way through.
Yeah,
did you take that shit all the way through?
Did you see the screenshot of the conversation that she had with the stripper chick? Over her ex-boyfriend?
I heard something about it.
I didn't read
the whole thing.
Let me see if I can find out.
Tell us what it said.
She was talking big talk. Like let me find it.
Oh, that went down right there. It went down.
Yeah, she was.
Yeah, she said she was talking big talk.
Yeah, she was.
Listen, if you gonna try to pull off a plot like this, you got to be planning this shit long before. Because when you not, that's when you do dumb shit like search on the internet how old you got to be to do an Amber Alert or whatever dumb shit that I'm saying, like, you ain't even think to go to the library and search the shit. You search the shit on your home computer, dumbass. Like, you didn't think this all the way through. You didn't. You didn't. You just thought that they was going to take the word that you had been abducted, you was going to come back, and that was going to be it. You didn't think they was even going to look into you.
She could have searched it on her computer. She should have just used the private encrypted.
Well, yes, she ain't do none of that. She didn't do none of that though. She didn't use no VPN. She ain't use no incognito tab. She ain't do shit. She just searched it, thinking that they was just gonna not, you know what I'm saying, come look at her shit.
Yeah, like Priest said, she ain't leaving no wig behind.
She let somebody rough her up.
Something was up. She ain't leaving no wig behind.
Hello. That was one of them hair salon $39.99 wigs.
Oh, well, she could have left that mug. Shit, it wasn't no human hair. She hadn't paid no real bread for it.
Yeah, she said when Carly claimed, detective said when she got out of the vehicle to help the young child, a man with orange hair and a bald spot came out of the woods. I'm like, is this an Agent Chucky?
She was trying to say Donald Trump came out the woods.
That could be him.
That's
Wow.
why I
How come
said
we
orange
haven't
hair, his
heard from the
toupee had
toddler?
went up a little bit. Why we ain't
How
heard
come
from the
we haven't heard
toddler?
from who?
Yeah, like think about it. We gotta wonder is the toddler part of the plot?
I'm done.
That's what I've been saying. That's why
You
I
know,
don't
we
trust
gotta think
children no
about it.
more. I already didn't trust children enough as it is. You know how children lie, but now they done.
Let's
She done
let's
messed
think
up
about it.
everything.
You got a toddler out here. You're like, hey, Carly, like, look, you gonna come out here. You gonna pretend to watch me. I got my partner come out here. He said he watching you. I got a man and woman. They gonna come and blindfold you. They gonna feed you cheeses and granola bars.
It's the perfect crime.
I'm done with y'all.
Who gonna believe the baby? Who
So
gonna
the
believe that
toddler
the
was the
baby actually
mastermind.
masterminded it?
Yes. Don't them kids, man. With their internet capabilities now, them kids know what they're doing.
The baby mastermind the perfect crime. It's like that story back in the day. What is it? Lamb to the slaughter, where the wife hits the husband with a leg of lamb and kills him.
Mm-hmm.
And then nobody knows what it is, and then she cooks the lamb and the cops eat the lamb. The baby did something similar to that. Mastermind the whole crime.
I believe it.
Nobody knows.
Shoot. I'm going to play this video right
Fuck
quick.
Carly Russell and everybody who love her. My bad. I'm back.
I'm going to play this video right quick of, I think it's a detective speaking on what they found with the investigation so far. Maybe you've heard something you haven't heard on this video. Let's play it right quick.
That while traveling down the interstate,
saw
a baby walking down the side of the road and called 911. She stated when she got out of her vehicle to check on the child, a man came out of the trees and mumbled that he was checking on the baby. She claimed that the man then picked her up and she screamed. She stated he then made her go over a fence. She claims he then forced her into a car, and the next thing she remembers is being in the trailer of an 18-wheeler. She stated that the male was with a female. However, she never saw the female, only hearing her voice. She also told detectives she could hear a baby crying. She told detectives the male had orange hair with a big bald spot on the back. She said she was able to escape the 18-wheeler and fled on foot, only to be captured again and then was put in a car. She claimed she was then blindfolded but was not tied up because the captor said they did not want to leave impressions on her wrists. She said that they took her indoors and made her get undressed. She believes they took pictures of her, but she does not remember them having any physical or sexual contact. She stated the next day she woke up and was fed cheese crackers by the female. She said the woman also played with her hair, but could not remember anything else. At some point, she was put back in a vehicle she claims was able to escape while it was in the West Hoover area. She told detectives she ran through lots of woods until she came out near her residence. During this interview, detectives noted that Carly had a small injury to her lip, and she claimed that her head was hurting. She also had a tear in her shirt. Detectives also noted that she had $107 cash in her right sock. Out of respect for Carly and her family, detectives did not press for additional information in this interview and made plans to speak with her in detail after. Detectives continue analyzing data from Carly's cell phone that was left behind at the scene. We enlisted the help of the United States Secret Service in conducting this analysis. Part of what data includes several internet searches in the days leading up to their disappearance that I think are very relevant to this case. On July 11th at 7:30 a.m., the term, "Do you have to pay for an Amber Alert?" was searched. On July 13th at 1:03 a.m., the day of her disappearance, the term, "How to take money from a register without being caught," was searched. On July 13th at 2:13 a.m., the day of her disappearance, the term Birmingham bus station was searched. On July 13th, 2:35 a.m., a search for a one-way bus ticket from Birmingham to Nashville was conducted, giving her time to rest. Detectives continue analyzing data from Carly's cell phone that was left behind at the scene. We enlisted the help of the United States Secret Service in conducting this analysis. Part of what data includes several internet searches in the days leading up to their disappearance that I think are very relevant to this case. On July 11th at 7:30 a.m., the term, "Do you have to pay for an Amber Alert?" was searched. On July 13th at 12:10 p.m., a search for the movie Taken, a film about abduction, was conducted. There were 2 searches related to Amber Alerts on a computer at Carly's place of employment, including one regarding the maximum age of an Amber Alert. There were other searches on Carly's phone that appeared to shed some light on her mindset, but out of respect for her privacy.
That's what I want to know. Oh, you muted, Red.
Okay. Yeah. What was that? What did you want to know?
I want to know what other text messages or messages was it up there that explain her mindset?
Let's see. I found a few text messages. I'm not sure if I understand.
Oh, they got text messages out now?
Yeah, you sent something, Carly. Let's see.
Yeah.
Says, bitch, please. He told me everything you said about me, and you thought I told him to say that I wasn't even with him. You're delusional as if you think y'all little conversation was anything more than convenience.
Oh, she called it little.
And the fact that he used you to get back at me out of anger. You want to talk about I don't compare to you or your worst day? Girl, bye. You're miserable, or at least should be being a stripper to provide for a child. I've heard you. What? I've heard you something with a. Oh, I've heard you a hoe from multiple people, so not surprised you don't know who your baby daddy is. Mention me or contact my nigga again, and you'll see I'm not the one to play with. You don't want you and your whole family touched. Ooh, you're poor. Oh, I'm rich. You're a stripper. I'm a nurse. Not anymore. You're ugly. I'm bad as fuck. You could never. Pitiful bottom of the barrel asshole. Now go strip for a happy meal. Woo! All right.
Now, did that get released by the police station?
No,
or
no,
is this
no.
some-
That
is this,
was-
I'm not gonna lie, this is like one of them fake ass text messages.
No, this was it was apparently an inbox message between Carly and the stripper that her ex was dealing with.
I literally don't get how it fits into anything.
So they're trying to say basically that she was doing something. She was trying to find a way to get his attention because the guy in the video, not the video, the guy that's been in the news that's saying, "Oh, he happy she's home." That's her ex. That's not her current boyfriend.
Oh, okay.
So they're trying to say she's doing this for his attention.
I feel like it's very easy to say that this woman is doing this for some man's attention. I feel like that just takes credit away from the sociopathic mastermind that she truly is. Because this, what do you stand if this nigga didn't care about you before? If you was there and he was still fucking around on you, why you think he not gonna fuck around you? You gone for 2 days,
right?
I feel like this is what Darius should have done to get Keke to start wearing that dress.
Go find a loose baby on the highway.
Pretend like he got kidnapped. Oh my God, I shouldn't have worn a dress. He got kidnapped for me.
Yeah. Just imagine I found a baby.
A baby almost killed him for me.
Yo, they fed me lemon pepper wings while they kidnapped me.
Y'all lemon pepper wings.
Because again, you got abducted by people that didn't put their hands on you. They didn't violate you. They didn't sodomize you or nothing.
Right.
You didn't even get burned with a cigarette.
With your hair.
She don't remember. She said she don't even remember. How you don't remember?
That don't mean
them
because they
motherfuckers
could
playing
have
with your hair.
drugged her. They could have drugged her or something. Maybe she don't remember. The shit
But
that's
you remember them.
shit is
You
terrible.
remember playing with your hair, though.
But this also makes me ask, how in the world does somebody like bring up a rape charge like 30 years later?
Well,
If
this
she
is
can't
only a
remember
couple
it
of days.
happened within she could have got drugged, but damn. People,
you could still get them up and
drugged them, and they came out 30 years later and said they came up with a charge.
We put Bill Cosby behind bars because of some shit that happened 40 years ago. It's only been about a hot week. Literally, it's only been 7 days. We
Not
can
even that
find
long.
traces of forced entry.
Not even that long. And I don't, should we, and I hear a lot of people now, because here's the thing, there's a couple of things I'm going to say I'm mad about with this whole case. So, of course, the obvious one, when there are millions of black women who don't get shown in the news, and they're not they're underreported, and compared to their white compatriots or whatever, who are getting kidnapped. And you have one that made national news, and then this happens. And of course, Jussie Smollett happened, whatever, and he cast a bad light on us. Now, the actions of one person shouldn't reflect the entire race, but let's be real, it does. It shouldn't, but it does. We're not in that privileged state that where we can say, oh, well, that's just one individual. And we all know this. We all know this. And she ruined it for, I don't know, 10 years or so. I don't know how many years this is going to affect us, where people are going to like, well, look into it because she's probably lying first. The second part I'm mad about is, the people who were defending her, and I say this for any case, any race, any type of crime, I don't convict nobody until I know the facts. There were people getting mad at other people like, well, just believe her because she's a woman. Just believe her. And people lie. Men lie, women lie. I'm not believing nobody unless you're related to me or I just know who you are. I'm not believing a complete stranger until I hear some facts first. I don't automatically believe anybody because that's what the justice system, even if it's a bad justice system, that's what it's supposed to do. It's supposed to hear the facts, not be, you don't push somebody's opinion one way or the other before you hear the facts or the evidence that comes out first. I just hate it that I hear all these people that said, okay, this doesn't smell right. The same thing that happened with the Justice Smollett case. There were some people out there saying, well, you're homophobic, you hate gay people because you don't just believe him. You don't believe this actually could happen.
That shit sounded stupid.
It did. But there was the detractors out there that like, oh, you must be homophobic. And in this case, you must hate women. You must hate black women. Let's hear the evidence out first. Don't say there was a hoax at the beginning. Don't say she got kidnapped again. Let's hear the evidence first. So I waited until I heard some more stuff, and then more fishy it sounded. Then I formed an opinion. But initially, just hearing it, I didn't say anything. I said, let me just hear more stuff before I make my decision on stuff. And that's what should happen with the justice system. I know it doesn't always happen, but that's what should happen. The general public as well.
Yeah, because this isn't really a justice system thing. When a person goes missing, the police are involved, but that kind of depends on the community as well. Like like us as millennials and just people on social media, we kind of take over. And there are so many people who have TikToks that are literally just built around shedding light on missing persons. And honestly, let's be honest, I feel like she thought this was gonna go over well. Because if there's one thing women, and especially black women, sit around all day doing, or some of them do, is watching Investigation Discovery and all those crime shows about what? Women getting abducted and kidnapped and shit. So she knew her audience. She knew exactly who's, because not only did I get abducted, I fought off my abduction. This bitch wanted a Lifetime movie. She wanted a true story. She wanted a Carol Russell story based on the true story of Carol Russell. And she wanted to create, I don't think there was a man that she was like, the dude that was allegedly her boyfriend, he deleted all of her pictures. So that could be her ex. I think that I think he probably knows that, that this is why I wasn't messing with her in the first place. Like this
Did he
why.
delete all of their pictures? Because if it's the same dude that's been in the
dark skin beard.
Okay, so I've seen a guy that had her picture, her missing picture, as well as pictures of them together pinned up on his Instagram.
If you go there now, they're probably gone. If we're talking about the same guy. If we're talking about the same guy. But then again, that's also the thing with this. We haven't even gotten a lot of information about that, transgender school shooter that shot up a school a couple months ago. But look at all this information we're getting. Look, they are literally calling in the Secret Service to investigate this woman, Carly. And again, I agree with you 100%, Big Red. Like this really does fuck things up for the hundreds of thousands and millions of black women that actually get abducted and go missing and don't get the national spotlight, because this is just another case to see, look, them B words be lying, because honestly, it's because you're black. because white women lie all the fucking time. We still believe them. We believed them back in 1954 when a white woman said that 15-year-old boy whistled at me, and we believe them in 2023 when a white lady just says, "Hey, famous actor Jonathan Majors put his hand on me."
Remember Susan Smith from South Carolina?
Oh yeah.
She drowned them boys, and she said it was a black guy that kidnapped them. And she put him in a car and she pushed him in a lake and drowned him. But everybody believed her. I remember
that. They was talking about her on South Park.
Yeah. She's trying to get parole, I think, too. She's up for it, I think.
Her and Casey Anthony need their ass beat.
Casey Anthony got away with it. Shit. So she at least got away with it.
She didn't she got off.
Yeah, she got off, yeah.
We know you killed your daughter, bitch. If you're watching this, I'll call Casey Anthony a bitch all day long. Because again, white women can lie about shit and then integrate back into society without it being a thing. Mm-hmm. Like this whole she be watching the Playboy Bunny shit. If this was black women, like with surviving R. Kelly, we say, oh, they knew better. Their parents knew what they was getting into. They knew what was going to happen if they went there with that man. But when it's white women, they get given the benefit of the doubt. Oh, these poor women, these poor victims, they're so strong. They're survivors. White women get to be survivors. Black women get to be
fast.
I don't want to use, y'all just get to be missing.
And that's an interesting thing I looked up too. I thought about a couple of things besides the media attention that they don't get. I saw in statistics that minorities are more likely to report someone as a runaway versus missing by a vast amount, by a vast difference between Hispanic whites and Caucasian whites. And so they don't go looking for
runaways, or do the authorities say that they're runaways as opposed to they're missing?
But it's both. It's both. We are more likely to do that and report them as runaways than missing versus Caucasians or Hispanic whites, from what I've read in statistics. And cops are more likely to say, okay, and that's the thing too. Like, okay, they probably just had an issue. They're running away. They could be back anytime now. Yeah. And we know the more time goes by that you're missing, the less likely you are to be found. So the less likely it is to be solved.
Which means the less work they got to do.
Exactly.
Literally just letting the law of nature take place. That's why it's also weird. Nobody reported a missing white baby.
Was it? Did she say what race? I don't know. Was it a race?
It was a white baby. She said it was a little white boy, a little white toddler, about 3 to 4 years old, with a white T-shirt on and a diaper. So he was out there, Tommy Pickles the fuck up.
I am so done.
Rugrats in the house. All right.
But the orange hair, I'm still like when they were talking about Trump with the orange hair.
That's why I said that's probably why they got the damn Secret Service involved. She didn't give a description of a motherfucker that's supposed to be Trump on the low. Just like when something happened to you, they be like, you want to get the police out fast? Say it's somebody out there in a blue uniform that's laying down on the ground. They gonna send them because they think that's their boys. She put somebody in there that could be mistaken for Trump. Now they got the damn Secret Service involved in this shit. Like she just leveled it up by certain things that she said and did. It just kept getting worse and worse.
But just imagine if it was
about
Trump.
letting her rest. Go ahead.
Huh?
What's that, Andrew?
Like, just imagine if it was Trump in there talking like, yeah, we got this plan for you and everyone. Hey, yeah, this plan is going along with the baby, and the baby is helping us out. They're going to kidnap you.
Yeah, because that's a weird point to think about. So again, like, is this a man that's abducted a woman and a baby, and he's using this woman and baby to help lure in new victims, or is this a couple that abducted a baby and or is it their baby? Is this a family of people that are just like, what is this? Because they want to talk about giving this girl
people say I have baby hands. I know people say I have baby hands, but I do not have baby hands. I have the biggest hands of any president that's ever been in the White House. My hands are gigantic. My hands are bigger than Putin's. My private area. My hands are bigger than any basketball players ever lived.
There was no collusion. And my hands are bigger than Putin. when he went.
It's still Ted Kennedy. He still got that Ted Kennedy.
Even this is a black. Come on, Joe Biden can't do this. We'll feed you lemon pepper wings.
To the lemon pepper.
Right. What is with these lemon pepper wings?
Oh no, I just like.
Was he black?
I do like lemon pepper wings though. Dry rub.
It's black, but black wings. That's just the official black wings of black people.
You got to think Rick Ross made it known. Nobody would know it until Rick Ross said it.
Maybe Rick Ross had something to do with it.
Rick Ross ain't got to kidnap. If Rick Ross kidnapping people, he only do it for fun. That's what, and I can believe it. That's where they go. Because also that you got kidnapped and then they just decided, well, might as well let her go.
Right. How many return you back to your house?
But I'm still thinking about how she woke up. How she woke up and the woman was rubbing her hair and be like, damn, bitch, you could have kept that wig.
But
yeah, you remember that, but don't remember that.
Could go back to what you were saying. She didn't listen 6 or 7 times, and they didn't want her no more.
See, it was she don't follow directions.
She didn't want to listen.
I would, and you know that, and so you know what? If any of this is true,
they don't listen.
If any of this is true, this needs to have us sit down with Carly and ask. She needs an intervention because what's wrong with you, sis? Your man was out here not doing right by you. And we could blame that on him. He could just be a fucked up person. But one, apparently this baby that she was trying to save didn't even want to be saved by you because he would rather be out there with the rest of the Rugrats going wild in the fucking jungle than be saved by you. And also your abductors, you are the first person to be brought back to customer service after you got abducted. You were the first person to be returned. Because of you know what, out of all I've been abducting people about 10, 20 years, you know what I'm saying? I have never dealt with a bitch so difficult. Ever. It's like she upsetting the rest of the victims and shit. Get out my hair.
Keeps running away.
She wouldn't listen about 50, 11 times. See? I had to return her.
See?
The whole truck smelled like granola because she won't shut the fuck up like that. Ugh, it smelled like she's eating granola back there.
You know, if the general public was like Walmart customer service, she would be fine because Walmart would take anything back and forgive you. So if we could be like Walmart and the general public and forgive her, we would take her back. We would take Jussie Smollett back if we were all like Walmart.
The quality of Walmart stuff wasn't that good. So
what's that?
But see, Jussie, he lied about getting his ass beat. He thought he was gonna get away clean with this shit. This bitch Carly really thought she was smarter than the situation that she had created, but and I hate to say it like this because nursing is a very job. It's like you tell that nursing degree went to her fucking head. Like it's like I'm sorry, you're not even Dr. Russell. Like relax. You're not even Dr. McStuffins. You're Nurse McStuffins. So fuck down, Carly. And
I mean, Dr. McStuffins is a step down too, but Nurse McStuffins, damn.
Like
I'm a nurse.
Like literally, like she tried because if the text message thread is true, she tried to stunt on this stripper young woman's. I'm gonna call the stripper a young woman, and I'm gonna call Carly a bitch. She was mad at this stripper because obviously, even with you being a nurse, there's some things that you just can't get. Like you can't get this nigga stop cheating on you if any of that is motherfucking true. So when that happens to a person, that makes you feel small. Wow. And it's like, I'm sorry, I'm back to roast now because she really thought she ate for this picture, but this is a very basic outfit. I've seen it many a time at City Trends. I'm not a fan of khaki on khaki, but you do you.
This is gonna come out next.
Oh no!
So Jamal definitely got.
Can't wait to see it. Can't wait to see it.
Jamal definitely got more hits. It's going down.
Y'all are funny.
It's crazy because she looked like Jennifer Hudson in that picture.
But the funny things, like when she was talking about she was a nurse, like I've been a nurse for 13 years. I met women that's nurses. Been a nurse for 13 years. Some of them I would never date. I'd rather have a stripper. Just being honest.
That says a lot about our world. Because again, like, not to say nursing isn't a hard degree to obtain, but people let the title that they obtain outweigh their actual knowledge, outweigh their actual intelligence, outweigh their actual common sense, to be honest, because it's not even just about what you know from a book or what you've been taught. It's about your experience and how you apply that experience. And all this bitch's experience is in her Google history. Like, you Googled Taken? That's what, and her favorite character had to be the daughter because you got taken. You didn't. Was she trying to watch? So was she watching it from the standpoint of, okay, so like, was she rooting for the bad guys or some shit?
Yeah.
Because it's a movie where this nigga Liam Neeson get back what was taken from him.
Like, maybe she thought her boyfriend was going to be Liam Neeson, the character, and save her. And then when she saw he wasn't coming, or maybe she thought her ex was going to be Liam Neeson. When she said, "Damn, he really ain't coming for me."
He's really at the strip club.
It'd be funny.
Really
That's something I would believe. If there's a text message thread where they having like a little stupid couple conversation, and she like, "Babe, if I got abducted, would you do like Liam Neeson did and took him?"
Hell no, I got these other women back here. I ain't about to save your ass.
He responded, "Bitch, you mean taken?" And that's exactly when he decided, I'm about to cheat on her so hard.
But don't think it
so hard.
But picture that scenario. He gets a phone call while he's at the strip club. We got your girlfriend. Well, I got a particular set of skills, man. But like, I can go in, I can rescue her, but shit, I'm at the strip club right now. I'm trying to get this lap dance. Click.
Damn, he really don't care about me. Oh, this baby out here. All right.
She had a better chance to get rescued by the baby.
I'm like, because again, like, was she trying to save the baby? Like, I don't get if she's the daughter, if she's Liam Neeson, is she the friend of the daughter? Like, what? Because you got yourself back. So you, the name of the movie, her movie, Returned.
I love that.
Like Batman Returns.
Ooh.
Oh yeah,
you know what?
We want Batman though.
It would be on. It would be on that Val Kilmer Batman. That's exactly where it is.
No, Jenna would think about that. What's that Ben Affleck movie, Gone Girl, where his wife fakes stages are going missing, and comes back.
See, that was in the Google history, but she had already been watched that, or maybe she ain't saw that yet.
You know, this is like the black version of Gone Girl, but you know, they strippers and all types of intrigue.
The black version of Gone Girl. Girl, I'm gone.
No, they too smart and gone. Girl gone or whatever. She ain't smart enough to do that.
That's the name of it, girl. Bye.
Y'all stupid. I'm not fucking with y'all.
All right, y'all. We're gonna leave this story. We're gonna go to the next one. Of a woman who also claimed she was in danger. And like I always say, the profession of acting, I always say you have to be a great liar because you have to convince yourself that you are that person and you have to put yourself in that person's shoes. So you have to lie to yourself that you are that person. That's why I say actors are the greatest liars. Not as a detriment, it's a skill, I would say, because I won't say everybody can do it, even though Tubi has thousands of people thinking they do it, and they can't. Tubi movies are the worst thing besides Tyler Perry movies on BET.
Yeah.
But this woman, if she was a Tubi actress and there was an Oscar for it, in my opinion, I think she would win an Oscar. You check it out. You tell me what you think about it. And this is for reference. And I think LT knows who this one is because I think he said he researched her the other week. Mariah Mills.
I know this young woman. You know what? I'll save my B words for after.
He got excited.
Because you know she kind of mid too, but it's porn mid. You know what I mean?
She too damn fake for me, but
porn mid is bad though.
Yeah, because like she's not. I'm not gonna shit on her and call her ugly or unattractive, but because it's like it's not cool to call her like it's.
That's someone's daughter. Can't call it. Oh, you done froze up. Okay. Oh, well, I'm gonna play the video now. All right, here we go.
I literally did not want to come to the internet, and I'm just tired of saving face for this man that's completely disrespecting me to the world, and I literally have to take this. Every time I come on the internet, people are bashing me because of this man. Literally. and I'm tired of it. He knows he said he's gonna send me $62,000. I have yet to receive that since June. I'm literally here. Like, he's literally a liar. You guys, everything he says, he's a liar. He's not who he says he is. I literally been saving face. I did not want to come to the world and let you guys know what he has been doing to me my entire relationship with him. He is a woman beater, and the NBA needs to know this. I literally did not want to come to this because I know he has so many endorsements. But Zion Williamson is a woman beater. And the reason he was paying me off is so I won't come to the world and tell everybody.
Yeah. Since when do tears start on the top of your eyelid and not the bottom?
And you know what? That is the exact caliber of acting I would expect from an actress of her caliber. It sucked dick, is what I'm saying. Acting sucks dick, and because when you're a porn star, you're not. That was terrible. Like like this bitch really almost wiped her face.
Go on top of the eyelid. That's where tears start, up here, not down here.
No, time out. We gotta consider. When are like celebrities, NBA players, all these athletes and famous people are going to learn to leave alone porn stars, Instagram influencers, and strippers? Because every scandal that happens between them comes from these type of women. When are they just going to leave them alone?
That is a fault that Zion Williamson did make. You know, he can have any woman he wants, pretty much, a woman or caliber he wants anyway. But yeah, he went for the porn star. Which, you know, we talked about it the last show and before this video came out. And yeah, she does not seem like she wanted a relationship with him. And she keeps talking about she got paid for him to be quiet and he continued to beat her and all this. But before that, she was like, well, I was your main bitch and I allowed you to spit in my mouth and do a whole bunch of things. But what really happened, I think, is the gravy train stopped. He stopped paying her attention. And now she's coming up with all these accusations, talking about he beat her and messing around on her and stuff like this. I'm like, you didn't really want a relationship from this guy. You just wanted what he could give you for that moment.
I was paying you to have sex with you and for you. Because again, like I said about prostitution, I heard this from a prostitute in conversation. Like, just, you know, they pay me to leave and stay fucking quiet, especially if you're fucking with powerful men. And I feel like this is happening because he publicly claimed another woman. Or she might have actually gotten pregnant. He told her, hey, look, you can't keep that shit. You can't have that shit. And then she just got on Instagram one day and saw that he got a chick that he's actually going to claim pregnant. Which, you know, yeah, then your money train stops because I got to pay for a wedding. I got to pay for this wife. I got to pay for a baby. I'm not about to keep paying for porn pussy.
Yeah, he had no value in her as far as trying to be in a relationship with her. And she knows that. She ain't dumb. And then the rest of the world's not dumb with that. I hope not anyway. He did not want a relationship with her. He wanted her for what she gave up, what she showed on camera, what she showed on TV. And that was for sex. And that was it. And she got mad because now he wasn't going to pay her anymore for sex.
And it's 2023, man. These dudes got to stop spitting in these women's mouths. Because some of them take it as relationship material. Like,
that's some shit. If I'm not in a relationship with you and claiming you, that, but you know what? I would have to be paying you handsomely to do that. And in order for you to let me do that, you would either have to emotionally be very invested in me, or I've invested in you financially and you are obligated to now. I feel like it was the latter for her. And I think what she wanted was to get, you know, a Drake's baby mama type situation.
I find kind of weird is like she did all this and say he beat her and all this, but she ended up getting a tattoo of him not too long ago too.
She's saying this now because the first shit didn't work.
Yeah, none of it's working. And then she had to take down that post where she was threatening to release a sex tape. What happened to the baby that she said she was having? Maybe that was the baby that kidnapped Carly Russell. I don't know. If he's as deviant as she is, I can believe it. Trying to show. Let me show the picture of it. Let's see. Yeah, she got a. This is after all these accusations. She threatened to release the sex tape. She got a tattoo of Zion's name on her face. But now all of a sudden he beat you.
Zion must have ate that booty.
I've seen her get her butt eaten. That's the thing. Like, she is a porn star actress lady. Like, I don't think he did anything to her sexually that just made her go like, "Oh, I'm in love with this man."
You'd be surprised. You'd be surprised sometimes.
I think she don't want to be a porn star no more, and she thought this nigga was about to be her meal ticket out.
Yeah, that too.
I think she tired of taking it to the face. Who wouldn't be? Who you know what I'm saying? Like, I get it. You thought you caught a immature, naive, young, fucking rich NBA player. You thought you got him, and then you woke up one day and realized you thought wrong. Like, it just wasn't you.
Let me ask everybody on the panel. Could any of y'all, man, or if you were a woman or a man, whatever, could any of y'all be with a porn star in a serious relationship?
No.
And he still works in that industry?
No.
Hell no.
Why not?
I ain't sharing my meat. What the hell? That don't
Sex is very intimate. I mean,
I don't give a damn if that's your job or not. I'm not about to share that. And then you being with all kinds of who the fuck ever? Hell no. Hell no.
And yeah, like, we can go ahead and say everybody's safe or whatever the fuck, but that's an exchange of energy. Like, you going out and doing that with 10 people in one day and bringing back 10 different types of energy into our household.
Yeah.
That's not how human beings are meant to interact with each other.
Sparky, would you like politely say, "Hey, I would like if you not spread that meat around and all these
Man,
give him an
hell no. Hell nah. You know I ain't about to politely say nothing. First of all, I ain't even about to date no nigga that's what I know was going on. I'm not even about to try to put myself in that situation and be like, well, you know, maybe I could overlook it and this and that. That's his job, the money, we eating good. Fuck all that. Now, all money ain't good money. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with nobody being a stripper, nothing like that. That's just not the money for me. That's not what I want to be associated with. I know that I'm not woman. Let me put it like this. I ain't woman enough to deal with my man going to go fuck nobody else to come home to me. I'm not doing that. I'm not trying to take that on. I'm not trying to put my energy towards that. So I'm not gonna be like, well, nah, I don't think that's gonna work for me. That's not nah. I'm not coming at it like that. Look at here. You're gonna be the fuck over here, and you can't be the fuck over there. You got to make a decision. And I get that that's your job, but make a decision. You know what I'm saying? Either you can get with this or you can get with that.
Hey, look,
be like on one of those
just like we had the conversation a few episodes ago. People are very okay saying, I would not date a bus driver. I would not date a garbage man. I would not date a janitor or some shit. You are perfectly within your right, man or woman, to say, no, I would not date a porn star. That is not.
Yeah. You cannot date whoever you want to. I'm saying you might not want to date a certain race. You might not want to date the sex. You might not want to do whatever. That's all your prerogative.
The sex worker industry is damn near mainstream these days. That's why it's almost like the sex worker industry is like a community in itself that can get offended when you talk negatively about them. You should.
Well, they should have thought about that before they decided to go got them sell their ass for their job.
But
you know what I'm saying? It's just certain things. But Sparky, what?
But what if he said, I'm having sex with them, but I'm making love to you, though?
I don't want to hear that bullshit. We're not talking about semantics. I don't give a fuck about that. I don't give a fuck about that. Let's not play no word games with each other. You know what I'm saying? Let's not do that, because that's what the fuck we doing at that point where you holler about you making love to me, but you fucking them. Nah, nigga.
But
that shit ain't working.
Let's go beyond that.
Tell them that they deserve it.
How about not a relationship, but like a side piece? Would you have a porn star as a side piece, though?
Hell
thing,
no.
right?
I don't
Right.
want. Listen, I don't want no porn dick. Let me keep it like that. I don't want no porn dick. You know what I'm saying? I
Here's
don't
the
want
thing.
it. I get that that's your. I got that's your job, and I get all that. But to me, I don't want nothing, none of that in my sphere. Nowhere close to me. I don't. You know what I'm saying? God not gonna give you more than He can handle. He know I can't handle that shit, so He not even gonna give it to me. Like
Like
He
the
not.
fantasy
He
is
not.
fine. Like we can always talk about like, yeah, if you want some really fire pussy, go to a porn star or a stripper. But when you're talking about keeping a person in your intimate space, someone that you're pairing with, again, what I was saying earlier about the person you're with being a reflection of you, like I was saying about Zion.
Yeah.
You are a friend or potentially a franchise player if you can stay in shape. You know what I'm saying? Your jerseys will be sold to children. You can't show up to investors meetings. You can't show up to, Nike. You can't show up to your Nike training camps with a woman that your campers have seen suck a couple dicks on cam at the same time. Like it
Yeah.
just doesn't
It's
work
not a
for
victimless
your
crime.
brand. It doesn't work for your image. But
Right.
here's the thing. When you can afford it, you do what you want. We know that, like, if you want a steak, you can go to the store, pay your money, come home and make a steak. But when you got it like that, you can go to a restaurant and get someone to make your steak the way a steak should be made. When you got it like that, you can fly out a chef to wherever you are and get some premium bison cooked on delivery. When you can afford different things, when you can afford things on a higher level, you go for things on a higher level. When niggas is hood rich, you in the hood, you spending money on hood rats. Thank you. Say it with me, hood rats. But when you're rich, you do what rich people do. You spend money on high class prostitutes. You gotta watch Wolf of Wall Street. They go through a whole category of prostitutes. They got pink sheets, penny stocks, and then they got the ones that they call hedge funds. Those are the most expensive prostitutes. Leo should have got a Oscar for that, but that's a whole different episode. When we do an Oscars episode, we'll talk about that. Talk about
See, here's the thing that I think is kind of related to that. Now, it's not the same with porn stars. Kind of going back to the Keke issue, and the guy may have been a little bit embarrassed about what she was wearing, especially if he's not with her, because he knows these other wolves are out there looking at her. She may not go do anything. I know it's not exactly the same because she's not having sex with people, but she is putting eyes on her, and they are thinking certain things about her that does ultimately reflect on him because they're in a relationship. It's a little different, yeah, when you're in a marriage.
I'm sorry, it's a lot of different because there's a power dynamic differently. like Darius Jackson is not paying Keke Palmer for anything. He does not have the financial power in their interactions.
Well, that shouldn't matter though. I mean, it comes back to respect. You want to respect in a relationship both ways.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, you want respect in a relationship going both ways. Financially or not, whether you're poor or you're rich, you won't be respected. And him asking her not to wear that dress, it to me is not on the same level, but it's relatable to someone being a porn actress because it's all about respect. She's not. It's not a victimless crime. She's not having sex with you. She's having sex with other people. If she doesn't bring anything home, she's not hurting you in that way. But you got her going out to have sex with other people, and that brings back a reputation to the relationship that you're not strong enough as a man, or you're not strong enough as a relationship. Whether I know some people are like, "Oh, that's a strong relationship because he lets her do that," but most people, most guys and women, are going to look at you're not as strong enough as a man. You don't have a strong enough relationship to keep her from doing stuff like this, and that's the same thing I think Darius Jackson is looking at. Like, you don't even have a strong enough relationship to where she is going out to seek validation and then put eyes on her wearing a sexy outfit like this when you're not even around her. It's one thing if he was with her at the concert and she wore that dress. He's not even around her. She don't care about what he thinks. She cares more about what other people think.
But then we got to think, like with Darius Jackson in that case, he's doing what he's evolutionary wise supposed to do. He's supposed to make guard. If you have a partner and then you have a kid, but she's still fertile out here, he's gonna have to protect it because he wants to know that's his seed going up in them guts, not nobody else's, just his. So because like if you think before DNA, before blood test, how did you know the baby was yours?
The word is bond. That's it.
Not even that. You made sure she wasn't out there in these streets. It's not like an insecure thing, but like when you have something, you got to make sure is you have a kid. You want to make sure it's yours. The worst thing ever for a man is to come out and just be like, "Damn, you've been raising this kid for 20 years. You find out it ain't yours." Because if we look statistically, 40% of the men that got kids tested found out they weren't the father.
That's a high number. That's a very high number. That's a lot of lies being spread out there, if that's the case.
Yeah, it's actually 40%, but that's of the people getting tested. So they don't never say, when you talk about, that's specifically just people getting tested, getting their kids tested for paternity.
That's a high number.
So when you think about that, you think about like somebody like Derrick Jackson. Is he wrong for taking it publicly? Yes. But is he wrong for feeling that way? No. Because evolutionary, that's how we were. Like if you think about other mammals like lions don't even date single moms. They kill the babies and just kind of like get them in heat and just make new babies.
We don't want to do that, do we?
But humans humans are high level. We don't do that, but you just very cautious of dealing with. Just like women make guard. If she know, hey, this is the man that can protect and provide for me, she gonna get out here and beat another chick ass just so it's like you messing up my bankroll.
If she see value in that person.
Yeah, if you see value in that.
Yeah. And that's kind of what LT was kind of saying is she don't see value in him besides what he already gave her was a baby.
Yeah.
That's literally it. He was literally just a sperm donor.
Yeah.
And maybe he dated outside of his range.
I don't think it was I don't think it was a dating process at all. I think
maybe that, yeah.
Because again, like he's not a person outside of the industry. He's like a background actor or some shit. Like that's his level of stardom. You know what I'm saying? He's not like just some DJ or breakdancer ass nigga. So again, like people are literally paid to be celebrities. Pay people to be their friends. And we know that they get into relationships literally just for our attention. Like I said, the difference between this is there is a power dynamic that is obviously not working in Mariah Mills' favor because Zion has way more value than you. Because even though I still got to disagree on how relatable it is because a dress can be put on and taken off. Your career is literally you going out and sexually being an object for people. That's something I know before I even meet you. That's something that I literally get to decide how I'm going to interact with you with. And Zion interacted with Mariah Mills, how you interact with porn stars. I pay you for sex. That's your job, literally. Like how else do we interact with servers and waiters and bartenders? You pay them for drinks. You pay them for service. I mean, porn stars provide a service. They give us sexual gratification.
Well, so you can change your job.
Your waiter to your house, though. He moved her to the city. You don't move your server and your waiter to your house. You leave them at the restaurant and pay their ass there.
He sexual object closer to you. You move the person that you get the best nut from closer to. Like, wouldn't you ideally love to be right up the street from your favorite gobbler or liquor? Like,
gobbler.
If I had that much money, I wouldn't have to move my favorite gobbler or liquor next to me. I could go to that motherfucker when I please, and I wouldn't.
He can't because he works in his city. He's a basketball player.
Where I laid, I get that. I get he's a basketball player, but you act like they work 365 days a year. They don't. I'm saying they play a lot of games, but even in between games, it ain't like they're not moving around and stuff. He's still.
I know, but when he's on the road, he's definitely tagging other stuff.
Right, but he could have brought her on the road. He still didn't have to move her to
But that's what I'm saying. It's not a relationship. That's why he's not bringing her on the road. I'm paying you to be where I need you to be at when I need you to be there, which is when I get back from the road, when I need to get that good one off and maybe go home and practice. Maybe.
I don't want to wait for that 4-hour flight for you to get there. I want you already.
Exactly. I'd rather keep. That's on call. That's booty call. That's what Bill Bellamy was talking about.
Yeah.
He's a basketball player. I get it. He just wanted, you know what I'm saying, to treat her however, to pay for her, whatever. And maybe that's what she should have expected because that's her profession. I'm saying that she played herself by thinking that it was something different. I'm saying, but I'm sure he was doing the regular typical shit. He was kicking that baby, we gonna be together. Look, I'm moving you to the city and all
As
this
you
other
do when
shit.
you in that
Whether
pussy and you love
whether
it a little bit.
whether he was playing for her, paying for her or not, you know what I'm saying, he was still don't act like you was just keeping it so player. And it's just like I'm just paying you, you know what I'm saying? So fuck you had sex with you, whatever, and I'm not telling you none of this. I'm not moving you, I'm not spending, I'm not doing none of that. He was doing that too. It's like trying to almost rip it like he wasn't doing none of that. He was only paying her. You know what I'm saying? To eat the nut.
But again, you don't have to do any of that though, because again, your job is for what I'm
You're
paying
right.
you
He
for. You
didn't
don't have
have
to
to. You're
you
right.
don't
He
have to
didn't
sweet
have
talk
to
your
do
chef.
none of that. But he did though, and that's what the point of it is. He
How
didn't
do we
have to
know?
do any
Like
of that because that's
I
her
just gotta ask,
job.
how do we know he was sweet talking
He
her? Like, how
moved
do
her
we
to the
even
fucking
know
city. He moved her to the city. If it
to
was
keep her
just her
close?
job
That
and that was
doesn't
it,
mean
you
we're
would
in
have
a
left her
dating
where the hell she
relationship.
was at. I didn't say that meant that they were in a dating relationship, but it also doesn't mean that, bitch, I'm just paying you for this, that, and I'm keeping you at arm's length either. If that's the case, I would have left your ass where you was at that arm's length. I still brought you closer to me. She's still a fucking woman. She's still moving in her emotions. You know what I'm saying? He still got them sound like, because I wasn't there. I wasn't in the bedroom with him. I can't speak on that. But it appears like he was talking out of both sides of his mouth. Come on, if the bitch pregnant, like, come on, you wasn't even goddamn covering up. You wasn't nothing. So don't
That's
make
what
it
I'm
seem
paying
like
for. That's literally why I'm paying you
But
thousands and thousands of dollars, so I don't have to take those precautions. Because if there's something that
and
happens
that's
with
why
you
he
getting
about to
pregnant,
have a baby
just
by
get
this.
rid of
And
it.
that's
I'm
but
rich.
clearly she but she didn't get rid of it. You know what I'm saying? If you rich and you trying to protect
Because
all
they
of that, you
lie.
trying to
That's
have a
why Drake
family, your
puts hot
kids,
sauce in
all
his
this and all
condoms.
that, then he, you know what I'm saying? Come on.
Yeah, y'all remember that's why Drake
Yeah.
puts hot sauce in his
Yeah.
condoms, because
So
women
clearly
be
that
out,
shit didn't
not
work.
women,
Clearly that shit
porn
didn't work
stars.
either. That nigga had a goddamn baby by a porn star too, or by a stripper too. So come on. The hot
That's
sauce in
why
the damn
he
condom
puts
didn't work
hot
that
sauce in
shit.
his condoms now. That's why you
Like,
pay people. Again, you're not paying them because you love them. You're paying them for
nobody said that you paying
discretion.
them that you love them, but whether you paying them for the discretion or not, yeah, I'm saying don't make it seem like you was just doing whatever and pissing on the bitch and telling her to go the fuck
He's
on
doing
because you moved
exactly
her to
what
your
every
city.
rich
Because
athlete,
you
every
moved her
rich
to your
man does.
city. Whether so what? That don't fucking make it right. Just because every motherfucker do
But
it don't
the
make it right.
argument
It
isn't like
doesn't make it
the
right.
discussion isn't about it being right or not. It's literally about everything that this woman is doing because she can't have this man. And what we're saying is you can't
She's
have
doing
this man
everything. She's
because you
doing
were
everything
never
that a
in that
paid bitch
position
does
to
when she
be
don't
with
get to
this
do.
man.
You talking about he doing everything that a basketball player does? He does. And guess what? She's following suit, doing the same shit that them porn star bitches do when they don't get the motherfucker. You can't fucking deal with trash and think that you goddamn gonna get a fucking diamond. You know what I'm saying? You can't goddamn go to the gutter and
That's
get
what I'm saying. That's why there's payment. Now, what he should have
like
done
they Princess
is have
Diana. That
a
shit don't go
contract.
together.
What he should have done
He
was have
should
a
have, but he didn't.
NDA.
He should have, but he didn't, because all he was doing was worrying about his
But I'm
dick.
saying,
He
like,
was
why
just
is it a
trying to
matter of
ask
who
and
is
just
wrong and who is right in this? Because again, that
we do a lot
prostitution,
talking
though
about the
it is
situation.
illegal, it is the
We do
world's
a lot
oldest
talking about
profession. He
it
did
is,
not
but that still don't
sweet
make it
talk
right.
her in out of pussy. He
You
did
don't
not
know.
sweet
Was you
talk
there?
her like
You don't know. Were you there? You don't know. Just like you said, I don't know. You
what
don't know.
we
You
know is
wasn't
what
there.
she's
You don't know.
telling us. He paid her. That's all the motivation that's needed.
Still
I
don't mean
was
that no
paid
sweet
to
talk
move
didn't
out
go with
here.
it. That still don't mean that no sweet talk didn't go with it.
If you
Shit, he
get a
had to get.
job and your job
Time out.
tells you that, hey, we need you out here on
You think when you
location,
go get a job,
we'll
and when
pay
you go
for
get a
your
job, what do?
apartment,
They
we'll
make
pay
that
for your
shit sound
car,
sweet
we'll
as
pay
hell.
for all
Now,
of
when
that.
you go
When
get a
you go,
job, they make that shit sound sweet as hell. And then when you get there, a lot of times that shit
but
don't
you
be what
still
they
got
say
to
it is.
interview, and they move
Jobs do
with you
that
based
shit
upon
there.
what you're worth to them.
Jobs do that shit too. Don't make it seem like people always just come on face value
But jobs
and
are
tell the
not
truth,
kissing
and
your
everybody
ass to
keep
get
it
you
in the
out.
buck, and everybody.
But
A lot
time
of
out.
jobs
If you
will
like,
kiss your ass to get you out there. That's why they giving you packages. That's why they having motherfuckers come pack your motherfucking house. That's why they got a whole truck to move you
That's
across
not
the
kissing
state.
your
They
ass.
are
That's
kissing your
paying you.
ass. Well,
That's
no,
accommodating you
the check that you give me is
because you're
benefits.
providing a
The rest of that is
service
over
to
and
us.
above. The rest of that is still over and above. It's still a form of you kissing my ass. You're doing more than what you're paying.
It's a part of your
You're
payment
trying
as
to
an
entice me.
employee
You're
of
trying
that
to
company.
entice me to get there. You're trying to entice me to get there. You're still trying to sweet talk me. The
But
same
it's not
shit that he was
alluring.
doing,
But again, it's not
along with
alluring
the
in
payment,
because she had the option to
along
decline.
with
She had the option to decline, and she did not want the money from this man.
And he had the option with his dumb ass not to move her the fuck out there.
Like, what is it about the moving her out there? Why is that the thing that you're stuck on? Why is that such a bad?
I'm not stuck on shit. But to me, that was a bad play. I'm saying I'm not going to. I've used the point a lot of times. You've used several points before too. I'm not gonna shit where I eat. I'm not gonna shit where I'm not gonna bring that shit to where I'm at. I'm saying I might do whatever. If I'm a dude, I'm gonna do whatever. If I'm a basketball player, I'm gonna do whatever. But I'm gonna be smart about it. I'm gonna be smart about it. I'm not gonna be out here having.
You're assuming he's smart. He is a young man with a lot of money.
Okay,
how many times do they do the right thing? A lot of money,
does that mean that I gotta assume that he's dumb?
I'm not saying assume that he's dumb, but assume that he might make a mistake, like a lot of these young athletes are prone to doing. NBA YoungBoy has how many kids? He's not even.
Why can he make mistakes, but she can't make motherfucker? Yeah, never be broke again. But I mean, how can he make mistakes, but she can't make mistakes? It's okay because
no one is saying that people can't make mistakes, though.
He made a mistake, but what she does is not a mistake.
She was trying to publicly tarnish this man's image based upon not getting what she wants from him. That's
why she's telling facts. She's putting the facts out there. What happened with them? Why is that?
She said that she was pregnant, but ain't no baby popped up.
Well, she's telling her story.
She said that she got beat, but
she's telling her side.
No reports have been filed.
She has
like,
the
why
right
do
to tell her
people
side
come
of
to
the
the internet to tell us that they were abused instead of going to the police?
Why none of this? She ain't going to the police, or she got beat, she got abused like this.
You're going to the internet. You're going to social media.
Because the same way, like LT said, she getting paid
to the authorities.
She was being paid for discretion. She was doing
her
job, being paid for discretion. I'm saying that's what she was being paid for. That was her job to take.
And now she's no longer getting paid.
She's no longer
when you take away
that's why he should have got that NDA you was talking about. Then she wouldn't be out there.
He definitely should have.
But the thing was, I think he was paying for the girlfriend experience.
He didn't do it. He didn't do his due diligence. Well, I remember it was that he didn't want no girlfriend experience. He just wanted to come and get it off when he got back, and that wasn't his.
That's a whole different thing. The girlfriend experience thing.
All of that. So you know what I'm saying? Like you can't. It's not both. Either you want the girlfriend experience, or she was just, you know what I'm saying?
The girlfriend experience is not like actually having a girlfriend. It's just kind of what it sounds like. You're having an experience with a girlfriend without her being a girlfriend.
Yeah, so he probably like sweet talk
without being in a relationship. It's some different category that's out now, but you just pay for the girlfriend to pay for the person to be a girlfriend within those couple hours, and then she has to leave. That's different term.
Like an escort. Like a motherfucker taking motherfuckers on dates when you're taking a motherfucker on your arms. So you gotta, I got
that too. And sometimes they go to movies and stuff like that. But then after that, it's still not a committed relationship because it's a transaction being involved.
I'm paying for your company. Like I'm literally in, and that is what the service is about.
They're both wrong for what they're doing because of miscommunication. But I'm saying, afterwards, what she's doing now, I don't think this is anything to do with that because she was a jilted lover. She's doing it because she misses that money that she was getting before, and she's willing. I can't say she's 100% lying, but it don't look like she's telling the truth.
Because also, if you're missing all of this, you're a jilted lover, you want money from it. Trying to smear his public image literally takes away the ability for him to generate income. So if
you're pregnant, why would you do that? I mean, that's going to take away income for your baby. If you are,
like, you want the Pelicans to drop him from the team, but you also want to be paid for helping him be in shape to be on the team.
Nobody says she was smart as hell. Nobody says she was the brightest.
And again, I'm not taking shots at her, but what we're doing is. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
She messed up all her money from the beginning. Once she exposed it, because like if you think she probably had more men around than Zion, so once she exposed Zion, it messed up all her money. Because now it's like, oh, she telling everything. We can't deal with her now. We got to figure out. We got to find some new.
Corinne Stephens situation.
Yeah. So now she's probably doing all this because her money is messed up totally. Because when you in this stuff like that, discretion is key. Discretion is key. So once she messed that up, she got to get Zion because she figured he's dumb enough to take the bait.
Okay. Let me simply, Bree, do you have anything to add to this?
I ain't got shit to say.
You're quiet over there. I didn't want to leave you out.
I ain't got a damn.
Watch one of her videos.
Look,
we gotta do that. We
You
gotta
about
start
to watch one of her
hostile therapy
videos,
only,
LT.
Man.
We gotta start it. And you know what I think it was too? I could agree. Maybe there was some sweet talking involved. Maybe it was like, hey, I'm gonna take you like on some Drake shit. I'm gonna take you out this life. You know you ain't gotta be doing this. You know what I'm saying? Like maybe, but again, that's some
That's
this
all
nigga
I'm
probably
saying.
grew up beating
That's
off
all
to her.
I'm saying.
This nigga probably grew up
probably
beating off to her
did.
on some real shit.
Yeah.
He probably did. Like, and I'm all I was saying is that she didn't do all the moving and all this and all that. I'm thinking all I'm saying is he was probably double talking. That's all I'm saying. He was probably
I get
double
you.
talking. You know what I'm saying? And that's it. She was stupid and he was stupid. They was both stupid. They both did dumbass shit. Now they both in a
This
fucked
is
up ass
she
situation.
look wild crazy. Like she got his name tattooed on her. Like so now
Yeah, she dumb as hell.
This
Like
was
that's just dumb. That was just
after
fucking stupid.
too. This was after the baby revelation. She got the tattoo. I'm like, really?
She can't do
Yeah,
porn
that's
no more. She probably can't work no more.
This made
People
me
probably
think
don't want to work with her just like as an actress.
Mhm.
What was
But
that
it
You
had
movie?
thought you was
cover
about
up
to
makeup.
transition. I'm sorry, go ahead.
What was that movie with Lynn Whitfield and Martin?
Thin line
Oh,
between love and
Thin
hate.
line between love and hate.
Yeah, it's like her and Martin was doing double talk, and he ended up having somebody else or several somebody else's, and then she went crazy towards the end. It could have been that situation, except she was richer than Martin though.
That's why I
Yeah,
said
see,
he
Martin
caught
was really
feelings. She caught feelings. Homegirl caught feelings in this situation. She wasn't supposed to. She was getting paid. I'm sure she probably caught some feelings when she seen the shit with the other chick and all that. That shit made her lose it. Like she just lost it. She just
that
been
nigga
getting
Zion
worse
ugly
upon
though.
worse because everything that she doing to get a reaction out of him ain't getting what she want. She just keep trying to take that shit up a notch.
She was
And it's
fucking on
like
her
she
road,
want the
though.
reaction from him, but doing it publicly gets the reaction from the public. And again, like what if he just walk in to the Pelican Stadium one day and it's like, hey Zion, hey look, I'm cool with you, but you know what I'm saying, we gotta let you go. We
These
gotta let you
investors
go.
out here, the guy that made Starbucks, who's a billionaire, he don't want you here.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? It's bad for the like, because again, what if she do some crazy shit like, I don't know, show up to one of his games naked? Because she's she's a porn star. Like she talking about dropping a sex tape, which again, bitch, literally, this is just your job. Like that would just be promo for you. Like this, like I don't get what her motive is. Like the motive of a jilted lover doesn't make sense because she's at least 10 years his senior. So you have age and experience on him, and I can't imagine this is the
All
first.
that shit go out the window when a motherfucker mad. Age and experience, all that go out the window when somebody mad.
And it's like I
Somebody
have to
mad,
believe
they
that she's
lose
more
it.
mad on a financial level than an emotional level. I that's just how I personally feel about it. Because
She probably mad on both, but think about it. When people get mad with that emotional shit, that's when people get deranged. Like because it's they out of themselves. The same
she did spend
calculated
money on a
decisions
tattoo.
that you. Yeah, I mean the same calculated decisions that she been making to be a porn star. You having sex with all these people, you not catching feelings, you doing this, you doing this, you doing that. But in this situation, you didn't do that. So now your heart broke, you mad out of emotion, and that's why you out here doing all this crazy shit. But it's all just been business shit. It seemed like she been keeping it together. She fucked around and caught them feelings, and that took it to a whole nother stratosphere. Now you got her
But
feelings
also porn
involved.
star niggas don't make as much as a basketball player or a rapper. Like men in the porn industry are paid, I want to say, like at least 2 times less than women in the porn industry. I watched mad documentaries on HBO back in the day. Mad HBO porn documentaries going down in the valley and shit. All of that.
I don't know if you should be admitting that.
It was on HBO.
I remember.
Why it's not on Max, I don't know.
You just tell HBO that forgives it. It's on HBO shit. We good.
Thursdays at 11. Like literally on some real shit.
You
like
advertising for you.
2001, 2002. I hope my parents not watching this, but it's their fault for having cable.
All right. So let's leave this one. We're gonna go to the last story, and this is Sparky T's fault. And Simply Bree's fault.
How's it my fault? What'd I do?
This next story,
Man,
you
just got here and
you
showed up.
conjured it up. Sparky T did it first, but you conjured it up second. So this next story about dating no-nos or dating dudes, depending on how you look at it. I'm gonna put this message up here on the screen, and y'all guys are gonna give me your opinion about this lady when she's talking about first dates and where they should or should not be at. Pop that up here. Okay. All right. So, hey, this is, let's say, Richard. Hi. Hope you've had a good day. This is the guy speaking. Hope you had a good day. I'm excited about tomorrow. I can pick you up, but if you're not comfortable with that, we can just meet there. I don't know why, but I'm feeling like getting some ice cream in this hot weather. Laugh out loud. And then she responds, sorry, this may come off as rude, but I don't do ice cream dates. I'm a 26-year-old woman. Okay? 26-year-old woman. And a date like that seems like the absolute bare minimum for me. Meeting up would be a waste of time for waste of both of our times, since we probably don't have the same vibe. Is this would this be a thing that you would not want to go on to Simply Breathe Sparky T if somebody set up a first date for going to get ice cream to meet each other on the first date? Would this be an issue for you? And if it is, tell us why. If not, then tell us why too.
I love ice cream. I think that it's considerate. Now, others have their opinions, I'm sure, but for a first date, ain't nobody trying to come out their pocket and spend a bunch of money, especially if they don't even know what the vibe or connection or chemistry is going to be like in person to begin with. So I don't know how the two of them met to get to this point, but if it was online, then you really have no idea what you're dealing with. I don't see an issue whatsoever with someone offering ice cream as a first date. I mean, that could be the first date of many within that day, depending on how you vibe. So I feel like maybe this person's expectations were much higher to begin with, but that's the part of vetting someone before you even waste your time meeting out with them in person. So I feel like he dodged a bullet.
Okay. Sparky T, what you think? Ice cream on the first date.
I ain't tripping. I eat ice cream, but not like talking about. But if somebody, you know what I'm saying, said this is a hot day, let's go get some ice cream or whatever, I don't know that I would think that would be a problem. But like Bree said, you don't know how they met. You know what I'm saying? They could have been trying to put this date on for months. And if you've been trying to lock me down or get me to where I can, you know what I'm saying, have time, or you have time where we can sync up, and the best you can come with is to go get some ice cream, that might be a problem, for some people. So I guess it depends on what's been put into it. But I mean, on the flip side of that, he could have been telling her he was going to take her to get some ice cream. It could have been a test. I'm saying he could be a millionaire out here. You know I'm saying she probably looking at it as an ice cream date, like he ain't got no bread or he's broke or some shit like that. And it may not be that at all. You know what I'm saying? So, you did all that. You being superficial. Or somebody trying to take you to get some ice cream when it could have been so much more. Like cut off all the options. You know what I'm saying? Before it even got started. So, like we said, I think he dodged a bullet, but I also think that she could have possibly been blocking her blessings. Like you dodging the, she basically like looked at the book by its cover, so to speak. You judging the book by its cover because he's talking about ice cream. You just shut his ass down. I'm saying it could have been ice cream along with some other things, but you didn't even give it a chance. So that shows to me who she is as a person a lot more than who he is.
Right.
You know, if you need somebody to take you out on the first date and spend loads and loads of money, then what the fuck? You know, they tell you not to start nothing you don't want to keep up. So
Yep.
he was wise with it. If he ain't want to keep that shit up, you know, and that's not the premise he wanted to start, he didn't go that route. He wanted to go the ice cream route because maybe he thought that was romantic. Maybe he wanted to grow old, eat ice cream together. But she never even let him, you know I'm saying, take it that far, turn it into something romantic. She
Right.
just cut it off. So I think that was fucked up. She showed, you know, her shallowness.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm gonna tell you why he did it. He did it because, yeah, you're right. It was a test. He wanted to see is she worthy enough to go on any other different dates after that. He wasn't trying to spend $200-300 on a date and they won't feeling each other on the first date and they never talk to each other after that again. That's
Yeah, I
true.
literally said a bunch of great points. Y'all said everything I would say. Like he could have literally been motherfucking like Lucas Baskin, the heir to the Baskin Robin fortune. Like you don't even know. Like that might have been his whole shit. Like again, that could have
This
been
is
him trying
my
to
store.
express. This is I own the ice cream parlor. Little did you
Right.
know, I'm the ice
You
cream
shut it down for
man.
you.
But can
Like,
you rap?
you could have been that could have been an element of his childhood. He could have been taking her to a place that was nostalgic to him, like the boardwalk or some shit. Like this is
Mm-hmm.
where I used to come. Like there could have been a whole, like you said, there could have been a whole day set up and planned that started with ice cream. And I just feel like a person like her, because I mean, well, you don't really see men getting offered a date scenario or anytime like that. But a person like that, when you're trying to ask them out on a date, they already have, and it's fine to have high standards for yourself. There's nothing wrong with that whatsoever. But if you're not at least even going to contribute like if you're just immediately going to shoot their suggestion down based upon the premise of your age and you feel like they're trying to be cheap with you, your mental is already in the wrong place. And yeah, I feel like he dodged the fucking bullet. I feel like it should have been one. Y'all remember the episode of Jamie Foxx with where Clifton Powell was the foreign African student that was actually an African prince.
Yeah.
Could have been one. It could have been a whole coming to America situation. Like this nigga could have been Prince Hakeem,
right?
Ready
A
to
Baskin
take her
Robbins.
out. Like really could have done some. Like it could have been. And yeah, like also I like the premise of it's a hot day. So we're meeting in the daytime versus the typical nightcap versus the typical booty call hours that people usually meet. A link up hours, the motherfucking you up hours.
It's like and it's in the public.
And instead of her seeing value in that, he sees value in you, that he want to take you on a daytime date. You take it and turn it to the negative. You know what I'm saying? Instead of taking it as some positive and looking at it as a positive spin. Like, yeah. That's why I said the show more about her than him.
And this is why I hate when people keep talking about, oh well, if you're not married, you're single, and nothing counts when you're in that relationship period. What she was doing was a rehearsal. She was trying to see what he was going to do in the future, what restaurant he was going to take her to, and see what he was going to do when they eventually get married. But what he was going to do in the rehearsal stage.
On the first date?
Yeah.
Like we gotta meet each other and feel each other out and talk about that first. People be trying to put the fucking carriage before the horse in text message form. Like as soon as you swipe left or right, I forget which direction it is.
It's right.
As soon as you swipe on these motherfuckers and you in the inbox, motherfuckers want to know, okay, what can you do for me? Why should I give my time and attention to you? And it's like, don't you think they're asking that same thing about you as well?
Right. Yeah.
And that's something we can only figure out through actual human interaction. You're not going to get that through text messages or even voice messages or even sitting on FaceTime. You're not going to get that. Like, I got to know, like, are you, like, I've only seen you from the top of your head to at least like right below your torso. Do you have legs? I don't know that.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying? Like, I need to know what your apartment looked like. I only ever see you at night. I call you at night and your lights are always dim. Is your apartment dirty? Do you live with people? Like, why are you always in your car? You know what I'm saying? Like what Derek Jackson? Why are we always having dates in your car?
But yeah, I mean, this to me, this proves it. When people hurt people usually say that you're single if you're not married. There's no way you're going to tell me you don't judge or you don't have any type of standards during a relationship phase that you're only going to wait for until you get married. The marriage is not some sort of magic wish that happens, and then all of a sudden your mentality just changes. If you don't do most of that stuff during a relationship, you're not going to do it when you get married. It's the same thing in anything, in any type of form of act. If you go to work, if you're dirty at home, then you're probably going to be dirty at work. If you cook horrible food at home, you're probably going to bring the horrible food at work. Whatever you carry from home, you're going to carry everywhere else. More than likely, it's not going to magically change just because you say "I do" and take someone's last name.
Everyone thinks that the person that they say "I do" to is going to be. I'm going to find someone that damn good is going to want me, and that's the person I'm going to do it for. Like, men love to say, I'm just going to find a woman that's so great, she going to take me out the streets. Women say, I'm going to find a man that's so great, he's going to take me out the streets.
Nobody will be able to do that. Right?
Why do you think you're going to find a great man or a great woman in the streets? If you're like, that's where you are. So why do you think you're going to find, if you know that ain't
you're
no
deserving.
Great, like, you know what I'm saying? Like my motherfucking, like my man's Bruce Wayne says, I'm not the hero this city needs. I'm the one it deserves. You don't get what you need before you deserve it.
Right.
You got to become worthy yourself. Like we're very hesitant to take that step ourselves to be a person that's worthy of a person that's honest, a person that's loyal, a person that's going to take care of us, because there are other ways than financially to take care of your significant other. There's emotionally, there's spiritually, there's mentally. Like, there's so many different ways that you need to be an asset to another person outside of just financially and physically, which is the main two that we usually look at. Now, I feel like that's what this young woman was looking at. And sometimes I'll be feeling like these text threads are made up and people be sharing them to the internet because they, again, seeking validation. So, like, trying to get a viral moment out of the, so what do y'all think? And sometimes I do think that they are true, because people really just love sharing intimate details of their dating life. Because we can't, like, a lot of people like that, they can never understand why they're single. They do shit and say shit and move like that, but will ask every damn body, why can't I find a person? Why can't I, like, I be where the bad bitch is at. Why the fuck can't I find one?
Yeah. For some reason, marriage is the only place where you can be stuck in the same bad place and expect to get hired as a wife or a husband, but you go to a job the same way, you know you ain't getting hired. They're not going to hire you based off of low-end potential. You can have things like, if you have experience in certain things, you have a college degree in certain things, and they can say, oh, well, you got potential. That's not at the bottom of the barrel, though. In marriage, you got to show something that you have potential to be a good wife. You can't just say, well, I'll change once I become married. That's not how it works. It doesn't work like that in any type of thing.
That's like saying, I'll become a champion level figure skater once I get into the Olympics.
Yeah, exactly. Why do you think they do the job interview? They do the job interview to see if you have potential.
Like, you're not gonna train beforehand. You're not gonna go rollerblading. You know what I'm saying?
I'm just gonna work on blind faith and hope it works out for the best.
Right.
I'm just gonna watch Mighty Ducks and I'm gonna nail it.
It's the same thing as like when I go to the bathroom, man. Sometimes I go in there and I know I have tissue in there, but if I know I'm on the low end, I know my daughter done used it all up probably for the week, I'm going to check first before I do that number 2 in there. I'm going to check first. I'm going to look on that road to see if it's something.
You're not going to do the number 2 and then look.
Like, you know how bad a feeling that is when you're in there, you done sat down, you done did your business, and then you look forward, right where that row is, and there's nothing there but a brown cardboard on there. And then you got a group of people in your house, and you got to do the walk of shame to the other room where the tissue is. That's how marriage is.
You left your phone in the room because it was on the charger. You thought by the time you got out the toilet it was going to be done charging. You could usually just text someone, "Hey, can you grab me some tissue, bring it to the toilet?" But you ain't got your phone.
That's how marriage is. That's what Zion Williamson would have done if he married Mariah Mills. That was him sitting on the toilet, not knowing there was no tissue in there, and still doing his business. Mariah Mills is the business he did in the toilet without knowing he had tissue to wipe that situation away. It's too late now. You done married her now. It's too late.
Yeah, he thought he had a different kind of paper to wipe that issue away.
That's a crazy analogy.
I know. I just came up with it. I know.
the shit that you could not wipe.
Trouble don't last always.
She got some shit on her cheek she can't wipe. And honestly, and that's
Oh, the
saying that about a
tattoo
porn
or
star,
something
you would
else.
think I'm talking about cum, right? No.
No, we're talking about the tattoo, right? I hope we are.
I hope so too.
You would think.
I don't know. I think when it comes to the dating world, people's expectations are just unrealistic. It's not it. There's no reality to it in any way, shape, or form. And because there are so many people that are single, they figure, oh, well, what this person won't go for, there's somebody else out there who will. So, you
Oh
know,
yeah, somebody take it.
yeah, it's
But
horrible.
that's literally a form, like when you say it, like if you say it enough to yourself, that's almost a form of settling. Because you're asking people to take you as you are without you having to improve. Again, without you having to do that training to become a
Right.
person worthy of what that, like, because I always thought about it like this. I have a dream woman in my mind. Am I the man that my dream woman would want to be with?
Exactly. Yeah.
Because how would I feel secure? Just like a back to Darius Jackson. How would I feel secure if Usher came up on my woman dancing and singing and shit?
Right.
If I'm not the dream version of me, you gotta be, you got the best. You can't be nobody's partner to you, a partner to yourself.
Most people ain't doing that type of self-reflection before they get married, though. That's why a lot of shit ended in divorce. People don't even know who the fuck they are, or what they want, or what makes them happy. A lot of times before
That's how
they,
I ended up
they
divorced.
don't even know about being the best reflection of themselves,
Right.
and they out here marrying somebody, trying to, be
Image.
all they can be.
How we
You
look
know what I'm
together.
saying? Yeah, well, not even sometimes physical. It could be other things.
Yeah, I'm gonna marry. I want to keep this fine motherfucker off the market. That's when it becomes possession. I
Yeah.
want you. I want you. I don't want nobody else to
Want
have you.
nobody else to have you. You
A
complete
lot of
me.
people shoot in church. They be preaching you should marry instead of burn. People be getting married because of that. People get married for a lot of reasons, and it ain't necessarily the move to make sometimes.
I'm
It's a lot of
actually
work
against
to be
marriage.
done before you get married, huh?
Go ahead, Andrew.
I'm actually against marriage.
Oh shit!
Like,
Congratulations.
okay.
Don't
Okay,
let us
let's
shit
That's
on
what I
you.
thought he said. That's why I said, huh?
But I'm gonna bring it up. But I'm gonna bring up why.
Go ahead.
I've been married. I've been divorced. So when you go in the legal route, it's a fucked up situation for a man. Like if you took that actual marriage contract and took it to a lawyer in any other way, a lawyer would tell you not to sign that contract. If it was not a marriage contract and it was any other contract, they would tell you not to sign it. And like when you think about it, right? I'm a man. I get married. Now this is just me from the perspective of a man. I'm a man. I get married. Everything's going good. You stop doing. You can now. You have no fault divorce. Now you can divorce me. You can, if I've been married for a certain amount of time, you can walk off with half my shit.
Yes, you can.
Now is that now think about it. That's like you going to a car company, you buying a car, the bank look at you, yeah, here's the contract. But at any time we can take the car back.
So my thing is with that, when guys say you can walk off with half of my shit, I thought in a marriage you're supposed to combine it. So technically, we're both walking away with half of our shit because you're not getting all of yours and she's not getting.
No, we talking about the stuff you have before. Okay, so like
okay,
let's bring up a prime example.
So
I have
things
a whole
that were
lot.
established before you got married.
Let's say I have assets before I get married.
Okay.
If I don't have a prenuptial, or in some states, even if I have a prenuptial, you can still invalidate the prenup.
Yeah.
In some states, you can invalidate it. Okay. Or for instance, in some states, if you have a kid and the kid is a baby, I'm there because I'm the only father that knows. I still have to pay child support, even though it's not mine.
Oh shit.
There's a whole bunch of stuff in regards to when you research the law. There's a whole bunch of stuff in terms of men that really it doesn't fit for modern times. It fits for the old times when women were stay at home.
Because typically,
But
and
men's
this is
expectations a lot of times don't go with modern times. I mean, we in damn 2023, and we both going to work, but men still want a bitch to be home cooking, cleaning, having babies, having baths, run, giving massages, all this shit that they were doing when they weren't working. But now they going out and going to work just like the man is. But they
But not
still have all these
hold up.
wait a minute. They still have all these expectations of the woman a lot of times in current times. You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers both paying half the bills, but they ain't cooking half the meals. You know what I'm saying? They would half want the baby, but they ain't watching the baby half the same. All that shit falls in the woman's lap. It's all supposed to be woman's work a lot of times the way that people represent it. But like you said, we ain't in back in the old days when women was at home and taking care of the house was her job. She out got two jobs just like a dude got two jobs now. But she's still expected to have all this other shit done too.
But 9 times out of 10, you're taking a less hazardous job, a less strenuous job as compared to a man.
That is subjective. You know what I'm saying? But because
that's the truth. Like
so,
how
but
many
because so, but
how
wait a minute,
many
so because
female
your job,
construction
but
workers do you
because
know?
shit, I used to own a construction company with my
But
ex-husband.
I'm just saying in
But you, I
general.
mean, we talking about females. I'm a female. I used to own a construction
I
company.
know,
I
but
got
in
up,
general,
I got up
you
on top
never
of the
see
building,
them take
just like
they
he did.
take a
Don't say
less
never.
strenuous job.
Don't say never, because I just told you I
I
owned a
said in
construction
general.
company.
That doesn't apply to you. I'm
Just
just
said
saying
never.
in general. In general, they take a less strenuous job. So if you take a less strenuous job, the expectation will be higher.
So
Now, if you was
I'm
doing the
worth
same
less
thing I
because
was
I take
doing,
a less
I would
strenuous
expect
job.
I would split.
So but because I take a less, according to you, a less strenuous job, well, because it's less strenuous physically, maybe I exert more mental shit at my job. So
Mental
because
shit
I'm
ain't shit.
exerting
that
mental,
is very
that's
true. There
bullshit.
is
Mental shit
Hold
mental
up,
ain't
that's
shit.
bullshit.
That's hard to
That's
tell, though.
bullshit. You can't say mental
but
shit ain't shit. That's
I didn't
bullshit.
say that.
No,
Come on, man. You
like
just
That's
what
right.
I'm saying.
said.
What I'm saying is 9 times out of 10, when you deal with a woman, there's not many women doing the jobs. Even when we look at the careers in general, as compared to men and women, statistically, you even money wise, you are not doing the same. They are not a same amount of like it's not even where it's like, oh, male doing this, woman doing the same thing, equal amount. It's not.
Yeah,
More than likely,
but
y'all
that's
gonna
our
take less
fault.
jobs.
Hold on, but that's our fault because we're doing the same
it's
thing and
not
we're
your
getting
fault.
paid
You're
less.
not
Hold
going for
up,
the
No,
and
job.
we're getting
actually,
paid less. That's
the
the way
pay
the
gap is
system is
bullshit.
set up.
The pay
Yeah, I'm
gap is
saying, wait,
bullshit.
I hear you. Okay, everything's bullshit according to what you saying. You know what I'm
No, I'm
saying? But I
explaining.
mean,
No,
It
we
is, man.
explaining
It
statistically.
is.
It is
Statistically, the
bullshit.
pay gap is bullshit because the pay gap is based upon your choice. So even when we break it down by race. So when you take about 80 cents is approximately like what white women make. So black women approximately make 60 cents, and even with the black man makes like at least like 80 some cents compared to the woman's 60 cents. So when we break it down, I could pull the info up.
Yeah, me
But
as
when
a
we
black
break
man,
it
I still
down,
don't make as much
okay,
as a
I got
white
it. You can
woman.
pull it. Okay, you say you can pull it up, and I got it. So you make 20 cents more than me. So okay, you make 20 cents more than me. So in the divorce, we fighting over this 20 cents because shit, you saying you make
it's
80 and
not
I make
about
60.
it's
We
not
both
about
fucking
the job.
working.
Listen to what I said. I said if a man has assets before he married you, and
Okay,
what
and what
I'm
if a
saying
woman
is,
had assets before? We both coming with assets.
but a
You know what I'm saying?
lot of
It's not
times,
She
just
gets Mary
It's
J.
not on the
Blige.
same level as what he's saying.
let's break this down. When we study evolutionary psychology, biology, we talk about hypergamy. That means a woman wants a man with a higher status. So most of the time, you are not going to marry a man at or below your level. You want somebody usually above you. So when he has to
just
come
trying to
with some
marry
shit for
up.
you to even fuck with him. So when he comes up with your shit, when you marry him and when y'all divorce, you're going to take his stuff. You taking his stuff. When you cover up with half the stuff, you take his stuff. So that's all I'm saying. Like when I was married, I got the divorce. I didn't even want the dog. The dog was in the fucking divorce.
Now that's just wrong.
Okay, so
You
you
know
didn't
I
Like the
want
love
the
the
dog was in the
dog,
dogs.
paperwork.
but
I
the
didn't even
dog
want
was
the
in the.
dog.
Okay.
But like when I look at it from that
So
perspective,
she got
that's
51%
where I'm
because
coming
she
from.
got the dog. Shit, you didn't want the dog though. That made her get more than half. You didn't want it.
No, I did. I no, I she didn't get shit. I had to pay her. Like there's a lot of stuff I had to pay, but I didn't pay. I told her I wasn't gonna pay. Even in the paperwork, it was for me to pay, and I didn't pay. I told her I sit in jail before I pay.
So I got a question because I like to do some type of research. What state what state was this where your personal assets that were established prior to marriage were then included in the divorce.
No, like when you think about it, in most states,
I looked up the laws, and
That's why she asking you what state.
It says that, hold on, it says how property is divided. Well, it says Georgia, but that's what I'm asking you what state. Property is generally divided equitably, equally between spouses, in that separate property stays with the spouse who owns that property.
Yeah.
But all marital property gets divided. So if it was yours prior to this marriage, that's not a part of the marital property.
That depends on the situation.
That's what she asked you. Okay, what's the situation?
Yeah.
What would the situation be?
Okay, like say I have more, I make more, significant more money. You may have stayed at home by choice, but if you come off, you come get half. If I own, it depends on the situation. Like I said, I look at it like for me, I just don't like me particularly. I don't. Me getting married, hell no.
So I was married before. I'm divorced 15 years. So that's why I find it interesting when guys say how they walk off losing more than they had when they got into the relationship. Because when I got divorced, I didn't want shit. I didn't even want child support. But because I said I don't want child support, they said if you don't get it now, you can't come back and get it. So, I mean, it like you said, situations differ.
Situations different, but like I explained my case. My case, I didn't lose half shit because we both rented a place, but I had to pay certain shit, which I still refused to pay. I had to get shit changed over back to my name, and so my credit dropped, all that whole shit. Like I lost a lot. Like in that sense, I lost a whole lot of shit.
Right. It goes both ways though. She lost shit too. Her credit dropped. Because
no, she didn't lose nothing, and I'm gonna explain why. Because she didn't lose nothing because her parents helped her out. Her parents gave her money, so when she walked out, I'm gonna put this out because I usually
gave her money. They gave
so your people. Your mama and them didn't give you money. Her people gave her money. Okay, so her people gave her money.
I'm trying to explain the situation.
Okay. You about to tell me to shut up.
No.
No, it sounded like he was about to say shut up. Whoa. No. I asked the question.
I want to hear him elaborate.
Yeah, okay. Let him finish. Hold on.
So I'll tell the whole story because I usually don't even talk about this really like that.
This is therapy.
So I was married. I worked two jobs. She worked one. I was gonna go back to school, but then it was just like, oh, Andrew, you don't need to go back to school now because if you ain't did by now, ain't no fucking reason for you to go. So I worked two jobs. I did that. Took care of stuff. We split the payments. I did the housework. She couldn't cook. I cooked. Okay. Now this whole time, she like, you ain't saving on me. You need to do this. This whole time, secretly, her family was giving her money. So, and her mom was telling her like, you need to go ahead and divorce him. They had been she was plotting to divorce me, and then they gave her like $200,000 just to do it.
So if they didn't give her the money, you both would be on equal planes where you lost and she lost.
No, but it didn't. Like I said, the shit still didn't affect her credit. Like I had to take the loans out to get the shit changed back into my name. She did nothing.
Okay. Well, every situation is different. And I think that when people make statements just general, I honestly hate when people generalize because everybody's situation is different. This is why before you get married, you need to know who the hell you're marrying, and also understand that once you get married, you still need to learn this person. You need to
see that was the thing. I was learning this person, but when you're dealing with that person, and then you got somebody in their ear like, "Hey, he ain't making enough money, or he ain't doing this."
Listen, when you were sitting here trying to further your education, and you have somebody tell you, "Nah, fuck that. If you ain't did it, then you don't need to worry about it now." That was your sign right there because you're trying to grow yourself.
That's when I got, yeah.
And it's supposed to empower you. They're supposed to encourage you to be the best you, because guess what? At the end of the day, if you are the best you, you're going to be an even better spouse.
And then I keep it 100. Like when I got divorced, I'll be honest, and I keep it 100. When I got divorced, that was the happiest day. I was happy as shit. Most people be like, "Oh, I'm sad, I'm crying." Like, no, I was happy because I found out a lot of stuff, and I knew that's what it was. And then we did marriage counseling, and like a lot of people, I hate therapy. Marriage was the reason I ended up hating therapy too. I tried to fight a therapist.
Well, damn. Okay.
And just hold on for Andrew before you go. Just a separate note, and what you guys were talking about earlier about some states you can get the property you own before marriage. California is one of those states. Before marriage, if you own a house before marriage, it can be given to the spouse in a divorce.
Yeah.
And in different situations, but yeah, different states.
Yeah.
North Carolina is not one of them, though.
I think what it all boils down to is when you are a person, man or woman, in a position where you are the higher value person, you are always at risk of someone trying to pair with you in order to take your assets from you. That's what Zion is going through. That's what Keke Palmer is trying to make it seem like her baby daddy is doing to her. But it's like, but you chose this man. It's like it all depends upon the dynamic of your relationship.
Yeah.
And typically, as you were trying to say, typically because women are taught to go for men that are of higher value than the typical man. You know what I'm saying? That's why a lot of these porn stars, a lot of these strippers, they try to go ahead and pass
Lock
go
it in.
collect 200 by just going for the rich men immediately instead of emotionally investing in a man that is on your financial level, on your mental level, on your physical level, on your spiritual and emotional level. They try to we always try to bypass that and go for the person that is going to take care of all of my problems for me right now. And our problems are usually financial.
Finance. Yep.
And most men in divorce are usually not going to go for if a woman is making more than him. Let's use Darius Jackson, whatever.
Because what power would I
You're
have?
not going to go for the assets because it's a shaming thing for most guys. Like, you're not posed to
alimony
leech off of somebody else. Yeah, most of the time we don't go for alimony.
Right. They don't even go for child support.
Yeah. Well, that too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Men will literally be victims of domestic abuse from women and never report it because it is just a threat to the male ego.
Yep.
And because people will just not believe
who you be shamed by.
And like as y'all were just telling him, he should have known better, or you got to do better. But women are more able to come back from being victims of these things and bounce back.
You have
They're
something
able to sit down and talk on the couch with Oprah and say, "Well, Oprah, I really loved Chris." And ignore the fact that me and him were fighting each other. Ignore the fact that we were both putting hands on each other. I'm the victim of domestic violence, and Rihanna has literally become a billionaire right before our very fucking.
Both parties are victims.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's never going to be looked at as that, though.
Of course not. Of course not. It's sad. It's very sad because then that's when you have guys that just feel like there's nothing that I can do about it. I just got to sit here and take it. I got to be a man. And it's like at the end of the day, you are
man up. You should know better.
You're entitled.
That's when they tell us you should have known not to trust these. Like, and that's when you build that fuck with these hoes. I'm gonna just fuck these. I'm just going to pay them and then get them the fuck out of here. A la Zion.
Yeah. I dated this attorney before and come to find out, just in conversation, a lot of his exes, majority of his exes were strippers. And I asked him, why? Like, why a stripper? And he said, because I already know what they want. They want money. I ain't got to figure nothing out. So I know if I want something freaky, if I want to spit in the bitch's mouth, she gonna do it. She's gonna be my dirty little freak versus me having to meet a regular woman who
meet her parents,
has morals, and she's not gonna do this, and she's not, and she might judge me, and then I gotta figure out if she's with me because I got money or my
I'd have to change myself.
Don't know if you can spit in her mouth or not.
Right, exactly. She might get offended.
What's up with this spitting?
So that's why he dated strippers, and it made sense. So going back to the whole Mariah thing, and thinking of that concept, she, in his eyes, was there to satisfy him sexually. And once she stepped out of that line, out of that character, and wanted more, now you're doing too much. Like, that's not what I got with you for. And
Exactly.
her what she probably seen, which many of you have said, is she's seen the money cow going away, because now you got another woman, so somebody else is going to be spending time, somebody else is going to be spitting in your mouth, letting
You
you
got
lick
this
your
bitch
butt,
pregnant. Oh my.
butt. And now if there's a baby involved, oh, I'm really getting cut off.
Punch in the air.
But she's supposed to be the
Right.
role player. It's like if it's a basketball team, she's supposed to be Dennis Rodman getting the rebounds.
Right.
She's supposed to be on his. She's supposed to be at the games on his arm. She's supposed to be on her Vanessa Bryant.
That's what she's seen. But
no,
that wasn't your role. You didn't sign up for that.
it's like, ladies, y'all know this when y'all have a guy friend. This like this is your, maybe you have him saved in your phone as food or car, but he tries to step out of that role and be more of a, you know what, I want to be saved in your phone. Hey, I want to be saved in your phone with some eggplant emojis by my name and some hearts and shit. But you're like, no, I just hit you up when I'm hungry, or I just hit you up when I need a ride home from work.
But guess
I don't
what?
need you to be more than that. That's why I just ask you if you're up. Not because I'm trying to get you some pussy, but because I just got off work.
But guess what? He accepted it to begin with.
Mm-hmm.
So once you accept this position, stay in your role. Don't tiptoe out. Don't be, hey, beautiful. No.
That's if like, imagine if men actually display their emotions the way these jilted women do. If you just saw mad niggas with Keke tattooed on their face, look what you made me do, Keke.
They would be in jail within less than 24 hours.
Remember when all them basketball players was getting Trina's lips tattooed on their neck?
Yeah.
That was happening.
That's
Kenyon
the
Martin.
communication. That's the communication that you have up front. What are you looking for? What's your intentions? And it's also transparency, because if you can't be transparent in what you like and what you want, and you got to play these little reindeer games, then you're setting yourself up. So that's all I got to say.
All right. Andrew, you have anything? Did you freeze? Oh,
no, he was just
still. You was super still.
The fan moving. You know he ain't froze.
I ain't even looking at that.
Nah, I'm chilling.
Okay.
Nah, I ain't got really much to say. I mean, like I said, I think with the design of Ron Mills, man, it's like I said, these dudes got to stop messing with these strippers, these Instagram influencers, and these OnlyFans chicks. All of them, they got to stop. And I think one of the biggest problems, especially with dating, is when these rappers start talking, it ain't tricking if you got it. But then they think you got regular women now thinking like a man's supposed to do this. Because I remember, I'll tell a story. I was at work recently. So these women was talking about, yeah, you got a trick. They like, nah, I ain't got a trick. They're like, no, you ain't no tricking.
That's a terrible word to use.
They talking about you ain't never cashed up a chick $100, $200, $300. I'm like, no. They like, why? I said, why I'm gonna pay you and you ain't doing nothing? Why I'm gonna pay you for nothing? And they was like, well, but you ain't. So I'm like, look, why I'm gonna pay you?
I can put a price on you. That means anyone can. If you are able to submit to a price, that means anyone can have you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And anybody who got $100.
Yeah, and I'm
That's a lot of people.
I didn't even go at them that way. I just looked at them like this. I'm like, look, why I'm gonna pay for something you didn't give away for free anyway? They looked at me, how you know you gave away? I was like, you breathing, because I knew the type of women I was dealing with at the time.
Yeah, that's.
Because I knew the type I was dealing with, so I said that, and then they was like, nah, that ain't true. I'm like, look, I even break it down like this. I'm not gonna cash app you, because I'm not gonna Klarna app no pussy for nobody.
Yeah, and is it even guaranteed that I'm getting pussy after that? Is it even?
Yeah.
Money back.
I truly get that. Like, what is me? Because again, it's like you're literally asking me to pay for your company before I even know if your company is worth it. Yeah. Or not even just your company, just your attention. Like, I'm like, because again, it'll just be through text or whatever the fuck. Like so many women are comfortable putting, cash at me first, or what I'm saying, hit my cash app before you try to DM me. And back when I was single, I was just able to scroll by that so quickly. It was like, because why? Like, you literally are taking the same kind of pictures that everyone else is taking, trying to lure me in. You know what I'm saying? Your wig is the same color as everyone else's wig. Either some variation of Nicki Minaj Pink or Ratchet Red. It's literally, again, trying to put your carriage before the horse. You're trying to get something that is of monetary value out of the person before you have to provide any, emotional, physical, mental, or spiritual value. Just shit, your presence doesn't even add value. Like, I don't even know if your presence adds value yet, but I have to show my value monetarily. Okay.
And then my thing, what if it's a bad experience? Do I get my money back? It's like,
do
I
I
call customer service? What?
If I abduct you, can I, like, what is the amount of, do I get the same 48 hours that Carly got? Like, you know what I'm saying?
Hey, look.
Can I
If something
drop
like
you
that
back
happen,
off
we gotta put that baby out there. We gotta put that baby out there in the street.
I am done with y'all. Y'all are a
Am I
trip.
paying for the baby as well? Am I paying for a kid's meal?
See, this is the thing, right? If somebody comes to me and they start asking dumbass questions, you don't get 6 or 7 times.
There you go.
Like,
that's that
you
number.
get blocked. Like, first of all, why are you asking me something stupid like that? And then you have to understand that if they get so passionate about the question, well, why not? Why are you not? Because those are the ones that look for guys to cash out the money. Yeah. So you entertaining them, you're wasting your time. Like, those situations where you
because they will try to that is a form of gaslighting.
Make you feel bad, Mike.
Financial gaslighting. Oh, you must be a broke boy. No, I do smart things with my money, like not give them to random women.
No, look, Lord, not even. You're right. I am. Have a good one.
That's what I do. That's what I got told. Like, you must be broke. I'm like, yeah, I am. I'm broke as shit.
Yeah, you don't want me. I'm toxic, baby.
You know what? Yeah, that is fine to say, because if you walk off because I say that I'm broke, okay.
Please, I want you to think that I'm broke.
Okay.
More money in your pocket.
Yeah, I still have the money that now I have. I have the money that you could have had if we had a good time together. You know,
eating ice cream and shit. But
I
now,
but yeah, with me, when it comes to dating, I don't even date really like that. Like, what I do is I say, I'm going here. That's something I planned on doing anyway.
Yeah.
It's like, do you want to come along? Or if you say no, it ain't no harm to me, because it's just like I was gonna do it
anyways. That's the same thing. Okay, so not every chick wants a free meal. Okay, please understand.
I want a free meal. I want a free meal.
I like to eat out.
Experience.
I like to treat myself out. So best believe you paying $30, $40. I was going to pay that type of money plus some on myself anyways. That's why I feel like when you go on dates, at least like the first date or so, go Dutch. Go. So that way, you're both experiencing the experience. Nobody's missing out on anything. You're getting fed. You have the entertainment. Like, it takes the pressure off of the date. Now you can just explore. And if it doesn't work out, you still got food, you got entertainment. That's just what it is.
It would be easier if people did things they actually wanted to do. Like, I like to go to museums. So if I'm going on a date, I'm going to say, hey, would you like to go to a museum? So again, like we're all saying, I was going to spend this money anyway. I was going to go here anyway. I was going to do this anyway. And it sets you up for, in a relationship, you start off the way you want to finish. If I don't actually enjoy going out to eat and spending large, extravagant fucking amounts of money on food that I can't even fucking pronounce, why would I start off like that? Because that's not something I'm even going to want to do or be able to do.
Why even go that far? Why just go to the house, watch Netflix, and you can eat the bologna with the bubble on the stove, and I can save a whole lot of money. I already paid for the Netflix app. Save a lot of money.
But that's why. Why can't we go there? Netflix now, because everybody's house ain't kept up nice. Everybody, you know what I'm saying? And then you got to conversations. You get to see people's situation. You know what I'm saying? It's like, so I noticed this Netflix don't have your name on it. I noticed you got some other man's name on it. That's just my ex. Don't worry about it.
Like
still watching shit. But he just watched.
He just got kicked out.
Or you can have experience what I had one
more
time.
awkward conversations before you even
somebody got an account on Netflix that says food. Who's food? I don't worry about that. Mariah Bill.
Who said that? Can you please play the Netflix subscription?
That's even worse.
Texting you at 3 a.m.
That's a rehearsal. See, you can't even pay $10 for your Netflix subscription. You can't even be with me as a husband. Then
I guess that's why your refrigerator is always empty and you always got plasticware in plastic already. Take out.
All right, guys, we're going to wrap it up on that one. Then we're going to go to the last part of our show, which is the deepest thought. No words need to be said here. Just watch and enjoy. And here we go. Sometimes.
Come on. Why?
Oh man, goddamn! Long live young Lord Michael Jackson. Goddamn.
Oh my gosh.
All right, that was the deepest thought, and that is the end of our show. Gotta thank everybody for coming on, from LT, Lord Trent, Sparky T, and Drew Greenfield. Thanks for coming back on the show again, and Simply Bree from the He Said What Network.
Yes.
Make sure you check her out. And thank the audience for coming in and enjoying the show and getting some hostile therapy. Not because you want it, but you need it. And we'll be back next week, next Thursday, for another interesting show with people's opinions, whether you agree with it or not. I don't care. Just come and watch the show and leave your comments as well. And make sure and subscribe to the show as well. Simply Bree, do you have anything coming up that you want to announce?
Not really. Just, my shows Sunday through Saturday. Other than that, I'll probably be making a little bit more of a guest appearance on other podcasts. So try to get out of the shyness of that whole thing. But no, I'm just here.
All right, she's just here. Make sure you don't go around any babies.
No, that's you.
It's a trap.
That's you. You're the kicking of the babies.
Yeah,
I gotta stay away from puppies.
Yeah, you hate puppies. I hate babies. So you protect me from the puppies. I'll protect you from the babies.
I got you.
All right, y'all. Appreciate you for coming on, getting some hostile therapy. We will see you next week.
Bye.
Free Palestine.
Peace.